it's over. Do you need anything like I need you? I've got no place to be
just wanna be free. Yeah. Yo, yo, yo. Somebody told me there's a birthday party for me in here. Yeah. Free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Na 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 na. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Free, yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo. Free, yeah, yeah, yeah. Free, yeah, 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 yeah. How we doing? My dad's a TV repairman. He's got the ultimate set of tools. My old man's a TV repairman. He's got the ultimate set of tools. Dude, all the Fast Times quotes. Is he gonna shit? Or is he gonna kill us? First he gonna shit, then he's gonna kill us. Oh! Overcritical of myself. I'm in too deep. Light another cigarette, make up for it well. Dude, I have one of those t-shirts, Gen W. Feeling like I wish I always did. Like an angel. This time I might be tempted. Yo, we got a crazy day. Meet yourself. I'm still looking for something pure and sweet. I found it. Yeah, I'm a stranger when I'm always well. Don't you ever notice I'm running? We're gonna go through one chorus here. Conversations always get me into these situations again, because I might be tempted. Let's go! 'Cause I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with everything. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, everything but me. Always get me into these situations. Dude, let's go! Because I might be tempted. Oh, dude, I cut it off. Oh shit, I cut off the big chorus. That's kind of illegal right there, but I dangled it, and then I pulled it away. Oh, all right. How we doing? Dude, Jenny and I are watching It Follows right now. What an amazing, creepy movie that is, right? Weekend at Pine Box. Dude, today, just a very strange day, I think. I don't know about you guys, but it was a very strange day. I, tweeted some things about, like, Walter Reed, and, like, I think I said something about, like, please tell me we're celebrating tonight. And as you can imagine, when I said, please tell me we're celebrating tonight, I got quite a few of MAGA like replies, quite a few MAGA attacks. People were flipping out. So you're saying they did catch the other guy? Nice. Or they did find the other guy? That's good. Now, 𝗙cie 𝗏𝗡's husband, you mean the real 𝗙cie 𝗏𝗡's husband? Or you think, or were they pretending to be him? Like he was a character? Dude, can I just show you? Like, I know that for me, I'm very mouthy. I am very aggressively mouthy. And I am not shy about being like, you know, open, you know, outspoken about things like that. I'm a little uncouth. Tony said, Tiger Woods, calling up Trump begging is peak DUI. I know, isn't it? It's peak privilege. But dude, so I'm mouthy and yeah, I'm going to say outlandish shit. But you know what was the surprise to me today? Was 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪sky's tweet, boss. Okay, this tweet, all right, I thought was pretty wild. Look at this. It says, this is one of the wilder tweets, guys, because this is coming from somebody who's, you know, a respectable adult, right? You know what I'm saying? But look at what it is. Whether it happens 6 hours from now, 6 days from now, 6 weeks from now, 6 months from now, or 6 years from now, it will be one of the largest worldwide celebrations in the history of the human race. Dude, wow. That is like, that is powerful stuff. Tony said, cinema. Isn't that crazy? I mean, and you know what's so funny is like, dude, he's not wrong. This is like right on the money.
Legalized comedy.
Yeah, this is like so spot on. Even Paula has something to say. What do you think, Paula? Hey! Dude, even Paula is getting wet thinking about that. Dude, 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙 the fucking funeral, dude. Right? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? She's going to do some like orange hands, bro. She's going to lay orange hands. Isn't that, I mean, this thing is so accurate. It will be one of the largest worldwide celebrations in the history of the human race. I mean, and guys, that is 100% accurate. That's crazy to think about. It is crazy to think about how terribly toxic you have to be to engender that type of response. You know? I mean, that is like beyond, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to like use hyperbole, but I'm going to use the words of J.D. Vance. It is right up there with Hitler, okay? I know he hasn't done as blatantly of a horrifying thing, right? Like Hitler had, the gassing of millions of people, which was like insanely over the top, outrageous. What is crazy is when you look at like the 1,000 paper cuts that Trump has done, it's not as egregious. It is certainly not as over the top harmful, but he is up there. Like, I can't think of anyone, seriously, guys, between Hitler and now, I can't think of anyone worse, okay? I honestly can't think of anyone worse since then. With the cumulative, like the fact that, taking away women's rights, targeting marginalized groups of people, attacks on political enemies, relentless, the looting of money, faking an assassination, lying about an election, trying to overturn an election, all the war crimes, both in Iran and the boats, kidnapping a world leader down in Venezuela, right? You know what I'm saying? Threatening all of his allies, Greenland, Canada, Mexico, Panama, like threatening to disband NATO, like Epstein's best friend of the biggest, like female abuser that we know of in modern times, right? Then hiding that shit, protecting all those people, wanting to break up NATO and defending Putin, basically doing Putin's bidding and taking money from the worst regimes in the Middle East and now starting a war with a country that did nothing and threatening more war crimes with them. It's like, wow, man. And that's not even an exhaustive list. There's almost 30, grapes. There's like endless 4,000 court cases of, people that he fucked over. Dude, let's go. How was the 4 games? They were good, Elite. Dude, we were playing no zero build. Me and Jenny were, and we won our first one and we won our last one. So we had some good games, dude. We won had a couple second places. But yeah, man, I honestly though, guys, I don't think since Hitler, I don't think there's been anyone that has been that bad. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And the irony too is, he's going after the Ayatollah, right? They killed the Ayatollah. Now the Ayatollah in Iran is up there, but like the fact that Trump is really not any different than the Ayatollah is pretty wild. Like Trump and the guy he killed in Iran are like, neither one of those is better than the other, dude. Dude. Yeah, no, USAID alone is going to kill a lot of people. But that is wild, boss. And then Hoodlum replied, dude, this is funny. He said, he's in perfect health. Dude. Oh my God, dude. He's in perfect health. See, that's just it though, guys. Like the thing about like Trump is all the people he's killed are like indirect. You know what I'm saying? They're all indirect. Because he is a coward. So he's not going to actually, directly murder people and then take responsibility for that. He'll do the indirect shit, like shutter USAID, right? And then millions of people die, but it won't actually fall upon him because it is a cowardly way of doing it by denying that aid. And so, yeah, man. Dude, that is crazy to think about, guys. Right? Crazy to think about. Oh, man. So, dude, they're like Dems and liberals and leftists are all fighting over Hassan Piker. I think that's pretty interesting, right? That's pretty wild. A Trump supporter called out the war, Trump for war crimes. Dude, this guy blocked me too. I don't even know who this person is. Why do all these Trump supporters block me? I've never heard of this guy. Dude, Thomas Paine Band. Dude, look at them. They look like 3 cat turds. Dude, they look like, ladies, cover your drinks and like, don't let these guys babysit. No, none of these bands within, 1,000 feet of a grade school. Dude, look at that. Oh my God. Talk about guys that are never getting laid. It is 3 cat turds, isn't it? Dude, it is 3 cat turds. Dude, yeah, no, I rack up the blocks. But I guess so they called him out. All right, you ready? Let's see. He says, I voted for Trump 3 times. I now realize that voting for Trump was the 4th dumbest thing I could have possibly done. So there you go, Democrats. I admitted my boneheaded move. The only thing dumber than voting for Trump would have been voting for Clinton, Joe Biden, or Kamala Harris. I mean, I don't know what that means, boss. That's his like apology, right? Dude, oh no, I see. They're about this. They're getting freaked out about this one. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not an apology. That guy's an idiot. But this is what he said. Okay? Oh shit. I voted for Trump 3 times. At this point, everything Trump says is a lie. Dude.
You know, I don't like to say this. We've won this. This war has been won. The only one that likes to keep it going is the fake news. I mean, the New York Times, you read the New York Times, it's like we're not winning a war where they have no Navy and they have no Air Force and they have no nothing. And we literally have planes flying over Tehran and other parts of their country. They can't do a thing about it.
Nope.
You know, I don't like to say this. We've won this. This war has been won.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, dude, all right, this is the tweet they were freaking out about, right? This is the one that obviously went viral. I voted for Trump 3 times. At this point, everything Trump says is a lie. But you know what's funny? Thomas Paine Band, stupid ass name of a band, by the way. Loser ass 3 cat turds in a turd should be your name, right? Hi, we're 3 cat turds in a turd. But you voted for Trump 3 times, and the entire time, everything Trump said was a lie. You're just an idiot, okay? That's what you are. You, in the industry, we call you an ass munch, all right? That is how we refer to that one. Dude, 3 cat turds in a turd. But again, though, right? Look at this shit, dude. They're so funny. You freaks want sex changes for kids. No, we don't. 9-month abortions. Nope. Only if the mother's dying. Open borders. We've never had an open border, right? And we don't want fraudsters. We want them to go to jail. Oh my God, they're so funny. Dude, they're so stupid. Dude, the shit they say, guys, you know what I mean? You want open borders? Like, even with Joe Biden, can we talk about that for a moment, though, guys? Because even with Joe Biden never had an open border. They like deported millions of people at the border. You know what Joe Biden had, guys? I'll tell you what Joe Biden had, okay? COVID closed the border entirely, even to asylum. COVID, okay? So COVID created a backlog of all of these people trying to come through with their asylum claims and people that were trying to come through legitimate ports of entry. And these people came and they were like still filing asylum and shit, but they could never come in, okay? And there was a backlog of like a lot of people. And then one day, the doors opened again because COVID ended and the border resumed normal operations. And at that point, it was like somebody opened the floodgates and there were like 2 years of chaos that just hit the fucking fan, bro. And it was, I'm sure it was like chaotic. It was like, oh my God, overload. What do you do? How do you do? We don't have enough staff to manage this, right? It was just nutty, okay? It was fucking like a nut jobbery. But there still was not an open border. We've never wanted open borders. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody ever wanted a border, or an open border. But you know, these guys, dude, are fucking, you know, just like nonsensical, okay? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, And so that is fucking, dude. But these guys though are not genuine. You remember how we had a talk yesterday, you know, looking at Liam Neeson's tweet about Maga, and there are genuine people who want to get out of the cult, but then there are people that are just clowns, guys, that don't want to get out. They might regret Trump when it starts hitting their pocketbook, but they don't really want out. They still hate, you know, they're just regretting the fact that Trump's terrible policies have affected them this time, you know. So, you know, there's that. Yeah, I heard they found the second pilot, right? Yeah, I heard that. I heard they found him. All right, so there we go. It says, let's see. So they rescued the missing weapons officer?
That is according to 2 senior U.S. officials and multiple well-placed sources in the region. The weapons systems officer, we're told, ejected along with the pilot when their F-15E Strike Eagle went down. They were flying and they were struck on Thursday night. There's been for the last 48 hours, there's been a manhunt for the weapons systems officer who used SEER training, survival, evasion, resistance, and
SEER
escape
training
to evade capture. He hid on an elevated ridge after hiking away from the wreckage and put out an emergency beacon, but it took these last 2 days for the rescue teams to actually reach him because there were so many Iranians trying to also reach him. Iran had put out a reward for finding the American. I understand there was a massive firefight as well as a number of aircraft that had to be destroyed. We reported on Friday that 2 helicopters as part of the rescue efforts were hit, and some of the crew members on those rescue helicopters were injured. We also now know more details about the A-10 Warthog that crashed on Friday in Kuwait. It was part of the rescue mission. It was flying cover and firing suppressive cover.
So the other plane that crashed was part of the rescue operation.
To try and keep the crowds away, both from the wreckage as well as to protect the airman who was hiding in that what we now know was an elevated ridge. But right now we are told that a lot of the details will not be coming out because it was such a complex mission, but we can report now that both the second crew member of that F-15E and all of the rescue teams are safely out of Iran.
See, here's the thing, though, guys. Here's what is so crazy is I watch that and I hear that, and I'm still not 100% sure, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm still not 100% sure. Like, okay, I want to believe he's okay, and I want to believe he got out. But even at the end there, did you see how she said, "Oh, no details are going to be released"? But like, why not? Right? Why no details are going to be released? What's that all about? Right? You know what I'm saying? It's like really crazy that it is so bad now that I don't even know. I don't even trust anything the government says during the Trump admin, right? It's like I'm serious. Once I saw Kristi Noem, tell us that Alex Preddy pulled a gun on those ICE officers after we watched that video for like 2 hours. At that point, bro, it's like they're dead to me. They are dead to me. So I hope he's okay. I hope he's still alive. Maybe at some point these guys will do TV interviews or something, right? But, it's really crazy that we can't believe anything, right? And now, though, you know, look at what this guy said. Is this guy is saying, is this a different video? It is. There's another video, but this guy is saying, you know, he's in critical condition, right?
We don't know the condition of the airman at this point. I can tell you that the injuries are likely to be serious. We know that the pilot still remains in the region getting treatment. That suggests to me that the medical condition of the pilot is such that he cannot travel onto Landstuhl yet. Must be stabilized before you can do that. So this is still a very serious situation. A number of U.S. service members were injured during the rescue mission. We knew on Friday that 2 of the military helicopters were struck by enemy fire as part of that rescue mission. And then we know more details about the A-10 Warthog that crashed on.
Yeah, no, we got that. Dude, Alf, give it another 24 hours for confirmation. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Hip, 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 hip. Dude, yeah, no, it's hard. I don't know, man. I have a complete loss of faith in the U.S. government. And you know what I couldn't get over, guys? What I couldn't get over was 2 things. One is yesterday we had Pete Hegseth firing generals. Okay, remember? Was Pete Hegseth fires 2 generals. He fired, I think, 2 other like high-ranking military officials, right? He had a rash of firings. Okay, Donald Trump gives a little 48-hour warning and is like, if you don't relent, we're going to bomb everything. We're going to bomb your roads, your businesses, your banks, your churches, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I'm going to fucking bomb the whole fucking country. We're going to rain down, right? And Pete's tweeting back to the Stone Age. Remember Hegseth, dude? When he says right here, he says back to the Stone Age. Okay, this was his big tweet the other day. Let's find it. Fucking just brutal right there, dude. Back to the Stone Age. Okay, that is like, dude, that's like the head of our Defense Department is tweeting this shit, which is, you know, that means they want to destroy it all. I mean, he has a fucking, you know, he has a Crusader tattoo on his chest, right? Are we really surprised that this guy wants to just reduce the whole country to like rubble, no power, just the whole thing, right? Yes, Secretary of War Crimes, Secretary of Grape. But so here's what I couldn't help thinking about, guys, okay, is this. I couldn't help think about how Pete Hegseth fired 2 generals, okay? Pete Hegseth fired 2 generals and 2 high-ranking military officials, okay? And Pete Hegseth was trying to sue and trying to demote Mark Kelly and take away his military. You know, he wanted to demote him and kick him out of the military for the illegal orders video. Okay, remember this video? Remember this? Right? This one.
I'm Senator 𝗙𝗪𝗏.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗍𝗀.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative 𝗙cie𝗶𝗶𝗍𝗀.
Congressman Jason Crow.
I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
Who take risks each day
To keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress.
But remember, the message of this shit was this.
Illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders. Okay? They made this video in November. And Hegseth, the shit hit the fan. He was like, tried to get Mark Kelly demoted. Mark Kelly sued and won. And Hegseth had to back off. But this was like a huge deal. Hegseth was so mad about this. And then what happens, guys? In the middle of a war with Iran, when there is some question about the war crime nature, they're blowing up civilian bridges. They fired a missile into a grade school, killed a bunch of Iranian schoolgirls, and Trump is threatening to just decimate everything back to the Stone Age. Hegseth fires 2 generals and 2 high-ranking military officials. Don't you think this is probably why those firings took place? Because those guys were saying, look, we're not going to escalate here. We're not going to fire on civilian targets. And Hegseth is like, okay, you guys are fired. I mean, why would you fire your generals and high-ranking military strategists in the middle of a fucking war? You would not. Unless this is why they fired them. It has to be this. It literally has to be this. There is no other fucking reason. They were simply must have said, we're not going to escalate into war crime territory. We're not going to hit any more civilian targets. I'm sorry, we're not doing it. And he's like, all right, you've been relieved of duty. I literally can't think of another reason, guys. I mean, at first I thought maybe Hegseth was trying to make it look like he was getting rid of problematic pieces. So therefore, if Trump had an issue with him, he could say, no, the issue you have wasn't really me. It was these generals. But we know that like nobody's ever safe with Trump. With Trump, it's just a matter of time. But I think it was this. I think there's a very likely chance that Pete Hegseth is now clearing out any military ranking officials that are going to refuse to go back to the Stone Age. Okay? Because that back to the Stone Age, guys, listen to me when I say this. That is like so wildly over the top. I mean, think about this. Iran did not aggress at all. Iran was sitting there doing nothing. They've not attacked anyone. There was a joint military operation with Israel and America that out of the blue just killed like 30% of their military leaders by bombing the fucking head of their government's palace and killing umpteen people and then engaging in a month of like massive large-scale attacks. All Iran has done is close the Strait of Hormuz, which they control, in response to like, wow, if you're attacking us, we're not letting anything come out of this fucking, this waterway. We're sorry. And isn't that wild? That is like insane. And now they want like the back to the Stone Age for what? Why would you reduce? I mean, even though I don't think it's possible, but when you think about this, why would you reduce an entire country to rubble, to nothingness, that a country that had never done anything to you, that didn't even attack your fucking territory? Like they literally sat there while you aggressed on them. Then they fought back. And now you want to like reduce the entire country to rubble? I mean, we've seen it. That's what Israel did to Gaza, right? They reduced Gaza to rubble. They went back to the Stone Age just because they want to take that land because it's beachfront property. Dude, crazy. But yeah, today I was like, man, that's got to be it. That's got to be it, guys. Okay? That literally has to be it. Right? That is like, You can refuse, right? You can refuse fucking... You can refuse illegal orders. Right. Let's go. Dude, who keeps asking why pathological criminals? Who is asking? Who's asking about pathological criminals? Dude. Oh shit. No, America is different, dude. Right? America's is like, we are different. You know? We are crazy. You must improve your bust. Dude, I'm gonna go grab my phone. Hold on. Dude, I will be back in 1 sec. Hang tight. Crazy. Oh, shit. Crazy. Dude. Epstein's war? Yeah, dude, Operation Epstein Fury. I mean, that's where we're at, guys. That's literally where we're at. We're at Operation Epstein Fury, boss. Dude, I think Europe doesn't want to get involved. And I mean, why should they? You know what I'm saying? I'm serious, dude. Why should Europe want to get involved? You know, there's no reason. There's no point of this war, guys. There is literally no point to this war. Okay? I mean, it's not like after this whole thing, Iran is giving the US any oil. Like, there's going to be a generation of young men in Iran that are going to burn with a new hatred for America. And it's hard because I don't want them to lash out at America, but I absolutely understand, like, why they would be fueled by, you know, absolute rage against this country. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, bro? You know, there's no good reason for this war. You know, and on top of it, the fact that, like, when Trump took office in 2016, we basically had peace. There had finally, after all the shit, the American hostages, us installing the Shah, all of that chaos, we had finally, like, Obama had finally brokered what could amount to, like, an idea of peace. Iran got their assets back that we had taken illegally, right? There was a treaty. Their nuclear facilities were open. There were inspections. There was, like, there was an arrangement. We were finally, you know, on an even keel. And now, here we are. We're back to 1970. Just like that. We're back to 1970. Okay? There you go. Thank you. Make America 1970s bullshit again. Okay? Appreciate you, Trumpy. Oh, you just, wow, I shit my pants. Dude. Fucking clown, bro. Clown. All right. Now, there was a Trump scare today, though, dude. Okay? There was a Trump scare with Walter Reed. Okay, there was, guys. There was a Walter Reed Trump scare. Okay, now here's what sort of happened today. I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but early this morning, dude, this was pretty funny, guys. Okay, so let's look at the day. Pine Box Watch, yes. Okay, you ready? So let's go look at this morning. All right. So it all started, guys, when Trump's day got canceled. All right. That was the start. Okay. In the beginning, there was just like a normal day. Okay. There was like a normal day. Hold on. Let me see here. So there was supposed to be a like a presser this morning, okay? Dude, I want to find the origin of this, because today was just a crazy spectacle, right? Oh, plus, you know what, though? I fucked up, dude. I got to go back, guys, because I realized I think I forgot to fucking... Did I give you a like? Dude, 𝗙cie, I'm sorry, boss. I forgot you. I let your shit pass by, and I don't want you to think I did. I just remembered. You said apologies for getting stupid. Sarcasm doesn't translate well. Love you. Thank you, 𝗙cie. And boss, I knew you were being sarcastic. Right? Which is why I was being sarcastic back yesterday when you were like, shut up and dance. I mean, you had the little wink face. You had it in your message, you know, and I was like, fuck you. What did I say? I can't remember what I said. I said, thank you and fuck off or something like that. Dude, my bad, 𝗙cie. All right. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate you, boss. Let's give you a little 𝗙𝗚 for that one. Thanks, boss. Appreciate you. Dude, I love Paula White. But, all right, so I need to find, we need to get this going here. What did they do? Strike and strike. Dude. So anyway. Oh, that's what it was. It was the lid, right? It was the lid that started it. Yes. Okay. So right here. Okay. So this was it. Like Trump was around, and then all of a sudden at 9 in the morning, okay, they dismissed the press and they called a lid, and that meant like you're not going to see the president for the remainder of the day. Okay, this was 9 a.m. and already they're calling a lid a surprise one, and then boom, just like no more president, you won't see him. And so something happened because he was like supposed to deliver an address. There was going to be some commentary about the fighter pilot. Right? I mean, we just had this plane shot down. We're in the middle of looking for another pilot. Today was like a big press day. Okay? Big press day. I'm going to be Paula's fourth husband. Dude, Elf, do it. Take pictures. Dude, although she looks pretty haggard now, boss. She's not the same, dude. She's aged like 100 years in the last fucking 6 months. The last year, dude, she looks like Trump's diaper now, dude. She does, dude. She looks like Trump's diaper with fucking foundation on it. But she did have her day. But so anyway, guys, today was a fairly big media day, guys, right? We have a plane shot down yesterday. They're still looking for the second pilot. I mean, you know, Trump had his 48-hour deadline. This was a big day. And then 9:40 in the morning, they fucking call a lid already. And so in the beginning of a huge news day, they fucking pull the plug. And yes, the only lid we're really interested in is the one on the pine box, right? If that lid is made of pine, count me in, okay? So this is what speculated. This is what caused initial speculation because, guys, something happened. I don't know what happened, but something happened. I don't know if he had another stroke. I don't know if he woke up and maybe he was like sundowning really hard. Okay, I don't. But something definitely happened for them to put a lid on and in the middle of, you know, this epic news moment. And you ready? He didn't go golfing. Okay? That's another thing, right? It's a Saturday. If he's not going to speak about the pilots, he would have been on the golf course. So something went down. Now, that's when the Walter Reed rumors started to fly, and then shit like spiraled, okay? One of the things we saw was this. Stephen Chung did come out and make a statement because it started spreading like wildfire. I believe one of the Krasensteins fucking came in and he had commented about it. Where did he say? He said, right here, where is the president? We are at war and he's nowhere to be found. Okay? And right, Trump said Iran had 48 hours. All hell's going to break loose. The 48 hours expires. A plane gets shot down. They call a lid. They pull Trump out. And then they're like, whoa, what went on? Dude, Helen Connolly says, hard to trust anything coming out of the White House. This could be distraction from the pilots. It's getting harder for them to do the whole we're winning bullshit. Indeed it is, Helen. Oh, it sure is. I mean, dude, Trump is like, dude, we can fly. I could fucking have a pizza party in the air over Iran. Nah, I'm not sure about that. Okay, so many are speculating Trump had a visit to Walter Reed, okay, because his absence from Mar-a-Lago during the weekend, he didn't golf, and the White House issued a lid on the press for the day, and his social media presence. Let's see what his social media was today. Okay? Let's see what he did today on social media. Because it's Saturday, guys. What did he post today? He posted something 2 hours ago. He posted a video 9 hours ago. And there was a repost of some fucking charts that say 96% approval. Dude, some CPAC charts. Dude, look at that, guys. The CPAC chart says Trump has 96% approval, guys. Right? Oh, wow. Dude, 𝗙skie is 96% approval rate for Donald Trump. Dude, the CPAC charts. So, yeah. So look at this shit, guys. Okay? There was like a couple of tweets early. There were a couple of tweets in the morning, and then there were like a handful of tweets of charts, and then there was like a 7-hour break in the middle of the day, guys. This is pretty weird, okay? And also, this is really short, right? There are no long tweets. Look at this. All the tweets today, guys, were like one line. You know what I'm saying? Remember when I gave Iran 10 days to make a deal or open up the Hormuz Strait? Time is running out. 48 hours before all hell will rain down upon them. Glory be to God. Like, dude, Trump did not write that. That is definitely not. This is not a Trump tweet. It's not verbose. It's not rambling. It's not like, You know what I mean? That is absolutely not a Trump tweet, nor is this one. Not only were the job numbers great, thank you, Mr. Tariff, all of this and simultaneously getting rid of a nuclear Iran MAGA. Dude, no. Dude, these tweets are not him, okay? He capitalizes individual letters. He doesn't capitalize, like a YouTube title. This is like a YouTube title, okay? Now, this one feels like him, okay? This one actually feels like him. The failing New York Times, whose lack of credibility and their constant fake news attacks on your favorite president. Me, that's right, this is him. But look at that. That was 17 hours ago. So that means that was like 6:30 in the morning, okay? That was 6:30 in the morning, 3 hours before they called the lid. They called the lid 3 hours after this. So then he does this, and then all of a sudden, immediately after that, we have 2 tweets that are not him. Then there's a 5-hour break, and there's a tweet that is not him. And then there's a handful of charts, and then there's a tweet a couple of hours later that feels like not him. And then this one feels like him again, okay? But this is, 9 p.m., so there's like a 12-hour gap, 15-hour gap in the middle where Trump's not even tweeting from his account. Something happened, bro. I think he may have had another stroke. I know everybody was like, there were rumors he went to Walter Reed. They were covering this shit up. But for me, guys, what it really was when Stephen Chung fucking made this statement. Okay, Stephen Chung got on the horn because we were out there, right? Right away, dude, I was like, this is 10 hours ago. This is when the person was tweeting those CPAC charts. I'm like, I keep seeing tweets about Trump being at Walter Reed. Please tell me we're celebrating tonight. Okay, then Stephen Chung, I noticed he had tweeted this. He says, there has never been a president who has worked harder for the American people than President Trump. On this Easter weekend, he has been working nonstop in the White House and the Oval Office. Dude, Trump never works nonstop, right? This was a sign, okay? This was like, dude, something's up. He had a 9-hour gap in between tweets, okay? 8-hour gap in between tweets. He had it was even more, right? It was like 6:30 until 9:30. So it's like a 14-hour gap in between tweets, okay? Then he's tweeting about how Trump has been working nonstop. And then, guys, the other telltale sign was what they did was, look at the other thing they did, guys. They did this, okay? You ready? Let me show you. The other thing they did, guys, was very mysterious, was this. All of the right-wing media started posting this clip. Okay, look at this. It was like a media campaign, guys, where they posted a video, right, of a Marine standing outside the White House. Okay, they clear the press. They call a lid on a big news day. Trump stops tweeting. Then everybody in the right-wing media tweeted this. A Marine sentry is still posted outside the White House West Wing, signifying President Trump is inside. News outlets have confirmed this, yet scumbags online keep trying to say he's at Walter Reed Hospital. Now, so they're saying this is how we know Trump is in there is because there's a Marine outside. But like, dude, anybody could put a Marine outside. Why didn't you just have Trump come outside? Why did Trump not tweet for 15 hours on a big news day? Why did he not speak to the public about the plane falling down? Why did you have right-wing media disseminate the same video of the Marine saying this is proof Trump is okay? He's not at the hospital. He's fine. Something happened. Something happened. I think he had another stroke, guys. I think he had another stroke. Dude, Freddie says, finishing the message with glory be to God and not thank you for your attention to this matter is a dead giveaway. Yes, it is, Freddie. Yes, it is. A dead giveaway, guys. Dead giveaway. But this was crazy, okay? That, like, they came out with this video, all right? This video came out with, from this person, Selena Wang, senior White House correspondent for ABC News, and it says, as of 5:04 p.m., there's Marine sentry standing guard outside the West Wing, which means Trump is present in the Oval Office. Trump had executive time on his public schedule starting at 8 a.m. The White House issued a lid for press at 11 a.m. So, yeah. And he has not been seen today, guys. Okay? He has not been seen. The only thing we've gotten is a Marine outside that is signifying he's inside. And then we've had some weird tweets from people, a lot of right-wing media spreading the Marine thing, and just no Trumpy, okay? I'm telling you, something went on, okay? I don't know what it is. I don't know that he went to Walter Reed, but I know that we've had many days like this where Trump has either had a stroke or he's been sundowning or he's been some other way incapacitated. But here's the thing that's weird is prior to this, on a day like today where they would pull the plug on the press, he would still go golfing, okay? They would prevent you from getting close to him. They'd put him in a Bronco. They would go to the Bedford, New Jersey Golf Club or whatever. He would like travel. He would go golfing. Today, nothing. No Mar-a-Lago for the weekend. No golfing. I'm going to be, I would imagine there's some type of Easter, hand jive happening tomorrow. Maybe they needed to rest him up for tomorrow. Maybe he's like bent. I don't know. Okay, the White House has a medical center. They do. They have a full medical staff, right? So, yeah, I just thought it was pretty interesting. And then people did speculate. Okay, people speculated all day, right? Here's Stephen Chung denies rumors Trump was taken to Walter Reed. Okay, and, there's our famous photo. We'll have to see if Trump looks like that tomorrow. I will say this. The last time we saw him was that little spiel he gave about Iran. We've destroyed everything, right? We watched a little bit of this. It's in the video that I put out this evening where you can see him saying we destroyed all of Iran. They are gone. Iran is devastated. He could barely string words together. This is a couple days ago. So I don't know. But Trump has never been working all day, guys. Okay? And yeah, lately, what I have seen is his cognitive abilities have been off. Okay? He's been having trouble reading off of a teleprompter. He's been slow. He's been like only doing a couple of words at a time, breaking the sentences in like weird places. Iran is going to be very upset when we finish this war. We will be done soon, right? He's been very bizarre with that, okay? He's not been very active with his like hand motions. There's been a lot of the whole, how sometimes you see him and it just seems like he's holding onto that podium for dear life. We've obviously seen his hands, the double and triple makeup on his hand, the thankles, the swollen ankles, the rash. Remember the crazy rash he had on his neck? Oh my God, guys, remember this? Remember this? This was not long ago, but remember that shit? Remember that? Remember when he had that crazy scaling rash? And, you know, there he's got his collar pulled up over it, but it was like pretty gnarly. So I don't know. But I know that like everything ran rampant. Okay. People, if you look at like Walter Reed, everybody, the internet was rampant today about this. Okay. Right now, this is funny because the right-wing people were mad. Okay. Look at this, dude. All the morons who spread the lie Trump was at Walter Reed should be immediately and permanently banned. Oh, you're banned. Right? Dude, in direct violation of the X rules. Dude, have you noticed? Like, guys, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I feel like all MAGA does now, is like ask for the manager. Have you noticed? That's like their entire existence now. It's like, can I speak to the manager? Can I speak to the manager? I want to speak to your manager and your manager and your manager. I want to speak to the whole world's manager. Oh, somebody get the manager to clean my diaper. Dude, that's all they do. Oh my God, dude, that's all they do, bro. That is all they do, guys. That's it. It is like so ramped up. Now, I think this is in direct relationship to the fact that they're about to get their asses kicked in the midterms. Okay? That's what I think. Dude, see, this is funny because this is like, dude, halfway true comedy. See, the comedy ones were out there too, like the halfway failed his dementia test. Oh, dude, this is funny. People were probably seeing that shit and thinking it's real, okay? And what did 𝗙𝗍 say about this? Okay? Like, dude, somebody, what does this say? So apparently users that started the president being in the hospital may have been demonetized for misinformation. Dude, in reality, it does cause panic and confusion, especially at times like these. Dude, Twitter has every right to punish them and demonetize them. Probably see a temporary suspension of monetization. Grok, can you confirm who was demonetized? Says the rumor, okay, it says the rumor about President Trump and Walter Reed originated at around 9 to 10 p.m. Dude, all right, so that's around noon, right? Fueled by the press lid, okay? And then it looks like these... Somebody said, breaking news, Trump is at Walter Reed Medical Center, all the roads closed. Dude, I don't even know who these accounts are. Dude, look at these accounts, dude. Benny A1595. Dude, right? Like, these are all, like, aren't even real accounts. No single first account stands out. Oh, shit. Dude, isn't that funny? Right? They're like, but they want to talk to everybody's manager, boss. Okay? That's their thing. Can I talk to everybody's manager, please? Okay? Dude, yeah. Oh, here's another one. Dude, 10 minutes ago. Look at this. They're still going, dude. Trump has reportedly been admitted at Walter Reed. Dude, this is 10 minutes ago. Dude. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. But guys, like, look at this though. Look at this person. All right. This person says, here's a mute list of all the accounts that tweeted about Walter Reed. Dude, and who do they got on? Oh shit, dude. I'm on there. Dude, I made the list, bro. Isn't that funny? Oh, shit. Right? 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗪, Krasenstein, JoJo from Jers, right? Brooklyn Dad, right? Keith Edwards. You got Pac-Man. You got Krasenstein, right? I don't know who Mark Slapinski is. Scott Downs. I know Art Candy, right? That account, I know them. Okay, then there's Dr. Jane Ruby, Red Pill Media. That's the Brian Allen guy, Allen Analysis. Oh, dude, he called Allen Analysis political punk, dude, and he said Eileen Analysis. Dude, but I'm on there. Oh, shit, boss. Dude, I'm in with some pretty good, big names, bro. Dude, I made the 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗪 big time, dude. Oh, shit. Dude, that's classic, boss. Oh, my God, dude. Yeah, I can't even get the names right, dude. Dude, he's replying to Grok. Dude, here's a list of accounts from the image. Right? Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, no, I'm on here. Review this list of social Marxists. Dude, there I am, dude. All I tweeted was, I keep seeing tweets about Trump being at Walter Reed. Please tell me we're celebrating tonight. Dude, how'd I even get on the list? I didn't even say he was there. I just said I see tweets. Oh, that's funny. Isn't that funny? Social Marxists. Oh, dude, that's crazy, bro. Oh, my God, dude. That is so funny. I love it, dude. Dude, I'm in good company, bro. I did tell the truth, boss. I told the truth. Dude, here's a mute list. Oh, shit. Dude. Dude, forever and ever. Amen. Dude, this person's tweeting Charlie Kirk, dude. It's tweeting Charlie Kirk at like 11 p.m. in April. Oh my God, dude. Isn't that funny? Wow. Oh, that's funny, bro. Oh, shit, dude. Oh. The hairy pickle. Dude, the hairy pickle. All right. All right. Thank you, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗪. We love to see it, dude. So it says the White House was forced onto the defensive Saturday. Dude, time to retire. I know indeed. But guys, so here's the thing though that's really intriguing about this. Okay? What's intriguing about this is how panicked they get. Okay? You know what I mean? I mean, we know my laughter is contagious, your wisdom respectable. Thank you, Kilo. Appreciate you, boss. Let's go, dude. Shut up and dance, motherfucker. Let's go. Dude, appreciate that, Charlie. Thank you, boss. So it is funny how like they get so torqued. Okay. Oh, dance party goal. Yeah. Let's do it. They get so torqued, guys. And that though, guys, I think is one of the things that is really telling about this particular go round. And this, guys, is how we know that they lost their mojo and how we know that MAGA has crashed. And it really amounts to the loss of being the front man. Okay? They're never the front man anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're never leading the narrative. They're always playing like reactionary to a machine that people not them are driving. Like always. Pinebox Dance Party LFG, right? Like all day today. I mean, if we sum up today, look what happened. Okay? It's a big news day fighter plane down, Trump disappears, they call a lid, they remove the press, Trump disappears online for like 15 hours, rumors go crazy, and then they spend all day being like, no, that's not what happened. No. Here's a Marine. He's in there working. Let's look. Did you see the Marine video? Let's watch the Marine video again. That proves he's in there. Like, he's fine. He didn't go to Walter Reed. You're getting demonetized. I want to talk to everyone's manager, right? And that's what they spent all day doing. And we were basically just having fun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, literally, I was like replying to people all day. I didn't even make a video before Fortnite. I didn't make a video until like 7 p.m. because I was just fucking around on Twitter. Like, I kept tweeting this picture, dude. You ready? Dude, I kept tweeting this picture for people, right? Like, people are like, how are we going to know when it really happens? And I'm like, you're going to look all over Twitter and this is all you're going to see. Dude, that's how you'll know, right? That's what I did. I was tweeting that all day and like just like chiding people. Dude, Shin Godzilla, LFG, let's go. Dude, Pinky says, my role, Maga spiraling meltdown precious. Yes. Dude, Pinky says, Pine Box dance party, let's go. Dude, we got LMB, Lime Bees, so happy I found you. It's crazy. I have friends that try to say punk was never political. No way. Dude, GTFO. How would they say that? Off topic, what's your favorite band? Keep doing you. Let's go. So it's funny because if they liked the punk of the 90s, you know, if they were into that Orange County shit, maybe they have that idea. But dude, punk was always political. Even if you go back to the 80s, right? You go back to like Henry Rollins and Fugazi. Oh my God, dude, give me a fucking break. Or Fear. They were all like super political. Pinky Parker. Now, for me, guys, listen to me. Dude, the Adolescents were great. I just recently got into the Adolescents. Okay, give them the facts. Let's go, AJ. So let me just tell you this though, guys. For me, I'm not opposed to punk music, but it was not my favorite. I liked a lot of punk bands, GBH, DOA, you know, obviously the Sex Pistols, the Ramones. I liked the Adolescents. I liked the Circle Jerks, the Vandals, right? Were another great one. You know, I liked all of that shit. Fugazi, right? Fire Hose. I was into all of that stuff in those days. Social Distortion, the early days. But, okay, now, my favorite punk band was GBH, okay? That was my favorite punk band, okay? And they're from Britain. The Dead Kennedys were great. So GBH was my favorite punk band, okay? Right? Like Passenger on a Menu and fucking, right? You know what I'm saying? That was my favorite punk band, okay? They were really gritty, okay? Really, really, really gritty. Fugazi was a great live band. I saw Fugazi at the Hollywood Palladium. It was a great show. Okay, so GBH was my favorite punk band. But for me, though, and probably maybe the Vandals were number 2, okay? Or DOA, right? Dead on Arrival. DOA were, maybe DOA was number 2 and the Vandals were number 3. But my favorite band is Jane's Addiction, okay? That was my favorite band when I was younger, was Jane's Addiction. And my favorite band now probably would probably be Hole, right? I think Hole is still one of my fucking favorite bands. But so my thing with punk, though, I have to be very clear with this for Push Forward. Let's go, AJ. Because a lot of people come in and are like, thanks, Elton Limbies, thank you. So my punk, though, like my punk association is the ethos, not the music, okay? I knew a lot of punkers that were into the music, but my association personally with punk was with DIY, okay? And that's what it was about. It was about the DIY. It was about before you had Photoshop, you made these really cool flyers by cutting shit out of fucking LA Weekly and making these glue collages and going and photographing that shit. You know, we made our own clothing at times, right? Funky jackets. We cut our own hair. We did our own fucking setups on stage. You learned how to record your own music. Eventually, I learned all like how to make my own website, how to book my own tour. So my relationship with punk was about do it yourself and becoming the person who could like get everything you needed done, not relying on, you know, outside influences and shit, but still making it happen. And dude, Limbies, thank you, right? I did set a goal. Yeah, no, the goal is already set. But so you know what I'm saying? And so that's like been my association with punk has been about the DIY nature of it, right? And about the you know, the lifestyle of like, you know, not being centered in corporate money making, you know, go get a job and whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know? I mean, I was like, I've lived a little bit on the fringes, you know, most of my life. I mean, I've often had jobs and shit, but even then I've, you know, work as little as possible. And people forget too that the punks were like, they were like the gender fluids. Okay. They were the gender fluids back in the fucking, in the 80s. Dude, City Baby Attacked by Rats. Dude, that's a good song. City Baby, City Baby, City Baby Attacked by Rats. Dude, good song, good song. Dude, let's go. And, oh, I forgot a punk band, too. The Distillers. I really liked Brody, too. Dude, she was a late punk band, okay? She was late. Circle Jerks? Yeah, Circle Jerks were all right. They were all right. All right. Dude, but yeah, man, what a day, though. But yeah, so guys, you were punk with flour in your hair. Let's go, DB. See, I think, guys, what was amazing about this shit, right? What was amazing about today is today was yet another day where they spent the entire day on defense, okay? And let's be honest. All they really had to do was bring the president out for like 1 minute. If he was really in the White House working all day, he could have come out and filmed a video and said, dude, they think they're making rumors of my demise. I got a war to win or some shit like that, and gone back in. And like, that's the kind of shit that he would have done in his first term, where he would have like controlled the narrative. But they can't control the narrative anymore, guys. They can't do it. They are playing catch up all fucking day. Every single day they are playing catch up. And I think he had another stroke. I still do, guys. Right? We won't be able to prove it, but I'll be looking at his face tomorrow for sure. Okay, I will be looking at his face tomorrow. But I think he had another stroke, guys. I think something was going on. Dude, he needed a Ritalin drip. Dude, he was getting a prostate exam from Melania. Dude, Melania and a broom handle. She was giving him a broom handle prostate inspection. Dude, oh shit. Let's go, dude. Dude. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Health scare. All right, absolutely health scare. All right, so we're going to move on, though. All right, guys, we need 16. We're going to move on because we got some crazy, oh my God, dude. Can I just tell you, we have some crazy shit going on in the wake of Pam Bondi. I don't know if you were paying attention online, but like the shit going on with this open AG spot is nuts. First off, let's start with insane. Okay, we'll start with insane, And look at this, dude. You ready? Hold on. Okay. So first off was this. Look at this, guys. Okay? It says Fox News reports that among the people on the short list to replace Pam Bondi as AG are Jeanine Pirro and Alina Habba. Dude! Now, mind you, the person nominated for the AG has to get confirmed by the Senate, okay? Now, there is no way that Alina Habba would ever pass confirmation, guys. No way. I mean, look at this. Dude. Dude. What is she doing? Right? Oh my God. Dude. What are we doing, bro? Watch this. Dude. What the fuck are we watching, boss? Oh my God, dude. Now, my favorite Habba clip, I do have a favorite Habba clip, guys. I always show it. I'm going to play it now because it always is a winner. Is this one.
Hi.
Hello, Alina.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, nice
Big
to meet
fan.
you. I'm a fan. You're the one saving Trump. You're doing more important work than me.
America, not just Trump. And I agree with everything you just said. And I think that your anger.
Dude, can you imagine the bruv party, dude? That was Andrew Tate's big bruv party announcement on the Benny Johnson show. And Alina Habba stopped by in an extremely low-cut top to be like, hi, hey, I'm a big fan.
Hi.
Hello, Alina.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I'm a big fan.
Nice to meet you. Dude, so apparently she is a possible candidate for the AG, okay? Guys, trust me when I say it's going to get worse, okay? Now, right? Habba is like trying to get the job, okay? She is trying to get the job. Now, again, there's no way, guys. There is simply no way, like, she could never pass a Senate confirmation. Like, never, okay? Never. There is no chance in hell, like my left testicle would pass a Senate confirmation hearing for AG before she would, okay? I mean, you remember he tried to appoint her in New Jersey and she got booted and like she just got, she got punted like out of the state, okay? Yeah, there's no way. There's no way she's going to pass. But then the other option is Jeanine Pirro, guys. Okay, who has been like the attorney of DC? Okay, look at Jeanine Pirro. Oh my God, dude. Oh, what is he saying? Yeah, he brought up Jeanine Pirro. But let's find her, dude. Here's Jeanine Pirro. You ready? Look at her. This is her a couple days ago.
This nonsense that your prefrontal lobe is not fully developed and therefore you should be able to do armed.
Dude!
This nonsense that your prefrontal lobe is not fully developed and therefore you should be able to do armed carjackings. You should be able to torch a vehicle. You should be able to hold up a store and you should be able to do these teen takeovers. We had shootings, 15-year-old teens, and the bottom line is they go to family court. I can't even touch them. Last night, unrelated to a takeover, we had 16-year-olds involved in armed carjackings and robberies. I can't handle those cases. They're going to go to an an ice cream social. This is absurd.
Sad. And the gangbangers and the gangs on the street, they use these scenes because they know they won't be held.
Now, I would like to remind you, I don't know why she's trying to touch children. Maybe it's an Epstein thing. Maybe it's a Trump administration thing. They keep wanting to touch like teenagers or whatever. I don't know. Epstein class. That's weird, right? Tommy's left testy for attorney general. Let's go, Dio. But yeah, isn't that weird, guys? That is some weird shit. But guys, I will remind you, dude, Pinky, let's go. I knew I missed one. And now we're all caught up. But so guys, I will remind you that she tried to prosecute the sandwich thrower. Remember the sandwich guy? She tried his case twice, guys. Twice. They tried to charge the sandwich guy, and they had that like ICE agent saying that he felt threatened. Dude, the thing wasn't even out of the fucking wrapper. Dude, he's like, I had a bit of tomato on my fucking walkie-talkie. Dude, what are they doing? She is insane. So they're floating her for the AG. Dude, she is nuts. Okay, Pinky Parker, let's go. Dude, Ella, let's go. She is wild. I want to find the other one where she's screaming. Like she had one. Oh my God, dude. She had one where she was screaming that was like so good. Oh, dude. Where was it? It was one where she was at a podium and she was like yelling at people. Right? Look at this person. Why Judge Janine is the only choice for AG. Dude, she's not won. She's won like no cases, guys. Okay? Like no cases. I'm serious. She is just insane with the level of like, right? With the level of like awfulness. Oh my God, dude. Alina Habba, what's going on with her neck, bro? Like, did she get like a neck implant or something? Did she go in and say, give me the giraffe? Dude, you see her neck? Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Dance for all the footlongs. Let's go. Dude, seriously. What the fuck is going on with that neck? Dude, that shit is crazy. All the better to hang a fucking 20-pound cross. Dude, she could hang the actual cross of Jesus on that neck, boss. Okay? Oh my God, here we go. Let's see what we got.
Thank you. We'll pick up the breaking news from there. This just into the Fox newsroom. 𝗫𝗏𝗏 has been fired as Attorney General. She was informed last night by the president. This says the deputy AG, Todd Blanche, will be taking...
Oh, they didn't announce that they're saying. Oh, what is this?
President Trump, for the first time in modern history, has said, I am the president, and if you work in the executive branch, you work for me.
I am for whatever President Trump is advocating for.
Here's what the president's going to do. He's going to make a difference. We're going to change the laws. We've got liberal judges. We've got liberal laws. Everything is going to change. What are you going to do about
Clapper,
yes.
Comey, Brennan in particular? I think this is the route forward, and I think there should be indictments.
We will not fall to people trying to be political when they should just be doing their job, respecting the president.
Dude, that's crazy. Next time I'm in Portland, I'll throw a surprise sub at Tommy. I'll have a coffee with you. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Thank you, Elf. Let's go, dude. Dude, isn't that crazy, though? Like, that, to me, that's insane that she is even on the short list for this because she is crazy. Let me find the one that she was yelling. I'm sure she posted it, okay? I'm sure she posted it. Because she is batshit and she has, dude, she makes videos like every day. Like this woman, okay, if you look at her, she is a U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia for D.C. And all she does every day is she makes videos, right? This is what she's doing every day. She's like, let me make a video. And it's like, yo, you're not a Fox News host anymore. Your job is to actually do some fucking work. Dude, look at her. She's like 150, bro.
Hi, everyone. I'm on my way to a federal law enforcement gala tonight, which is why I'm dressed like this. But I want you to know that the president's Make D.C. Safe and Beautiful is working. We've taken out more than 60 gang members since the surge started.
Dude, except like she was just complaining about how she can't touch any teens, right? Dude, every day she's like making videos.
Yesterday, a D.C. judge recognized the enormous harm that a career criminal can pose to the community. Reggie Walton, a district court judge, decided to sentence a...
Dude! Like her daily update. Today, a judge put somebody in jail. Hi, I'm Jeanine Pirro. Today, somebody went to jail. Who went to jail? Where's my 𝗙𝗪𝗏? God damn it. Oh, hello, my name. I think this is it. Oh, this is it. This is the one, I think.
This process has been arbitrarily undermined by an activist judge. We have a process. We have been asking for information about a matter that has raised questions in many people's minds. Senate banking, the public, the papers, it doesn't matter. So give me the information so I can assess it. Give me the information so the grand jury, comprised of regular Americans, should say, there's nothing here. And I'll accept it the way I accept other cases.
Yes.
Okay?
Jerome Powell.
Whatever it is, we'll abide by it. What we don't accept is a judge standing in front of the door of a grand jury blocking our access, a role that has never been envisioned, a role that will now be used by other defense attorneys around the country, who's going to come in with a client and say, my client is being targeted. Don't you dare go in the grand jury. A judge says, yes, the guy's bathed and washed in immunity, and you can't go after him. The process should have been allowed to run its course, and it wasn't. And shame on them.
Dude, isn't that funny? Shame on them. Can you imagine her as the fucking attorney general being like, I can't do my job because a judge ruled and I can't find my box wine. I had a box of wine here somewhere. And I think an activist judge took my 𝗙𝗪𝗏 and shame on them. Shame on that judge. Somebody give me another Chardonnay. Dude, she is hilarious. Like every day she's like just having a meltdown. She's either like somebody went to jail today, you should be proud. Or she's like, I can't do anything. I can't touch the teens. The judges are like activist judges. Their judges are doing their space aliens, and they've prevented me from, taking the sandwich thrower and putting him in the guillotine. Dude, Ella, let's go. Oh my God, guys, we're killing it. All right, we have 5 minutes. 9 and 5. This is going to be easy. Dude, can you imagine her, though? Can you imagine? Dude, you like the wine box, the 𝗙𝗪𝗏. Oh, my God, here's another one. You ready? This is fucking crazy, dude. She's yelling, meltdown. I do have a picture of her favorite wine, dude, right there. There it is, the 𝗙𝗪𝗏 on the White House, on the Capitol lawn, right there near the rotunda. There it is. There's my picture. That is Jeanine Pirro. Dude, in the shadow of the Capitol. Wine box, dude. It's only the box wine for somebody with her level of, panache and, right? Her level of panache and fucking, facial reconstructive surgery. She only drinks wine from a box. Oh, those activist judges, somebody just give me a box cutter and a straw. And I'll go right to town. Dude. A box cutter and a straw. That is class, guys. That is the ultimate class. Dude, here's another one, though. Watch her yell, though. She flips out.
Why are grand jurors so skeptical of the cases that your office has been
Oh, cut it out. Do you know how many...
Dude, why are grand juries... Do you see the question here? Look at what he said. He said, because, guys, they can't get any indictments. Now, those of you who don't know about the process of court cases, so what happens is if they have a case they want to pursue, the first thing you do, you go to a grand jury. Grand jury is usually like 22 members, and they sit for like a month or two. And they just hear evidence all day of like, is there enough evidence to go to trial to actually prosecute the case? So you go in front of the grand jury, you'll call like one or two witnesses, they'll testify, you'll show some corroborating evidence, and then the grand jury says, oh yeah, it looks like there was a crime committed. We'll give you an indictment, and then you can go to trial. So they can't get any indictments ever since Pirro has become the U.S. attorney in D.C. The grand jury just never gives any indictments, okay? They keep showing up, and the grand jury's like, nope, 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 nope. So they're not even getting, like, the first step of the prosecuting happening. It is like they can't even get a fucking indictment. And let me just say, guys, you don't need, like, a lot to get an indictment. You just need to make it look like there's a crime that has been committed, and you have evidence of it. The last bottle of wine you had was Frog Leaps 8 years ago. Got to stay strong and sober. Let's go. All right. So, dude, 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes. All right. We need 8 in 2 minutes. Let's hit this up, and then we'll watch this clip. Because this clip is hilarious, guys. Because ever since she took over, they cannot get an indictment at all. 2 minutes. Here we go. Here we go. Pine box. Pine. Pine. 1 minute and 20 seconds. Oh shit, here we go. Oh shit, I thought we had this easy. Now we're like, it's looking like we're not even going to get it, dude. 1 minute. Here we go. Are we going to secure the dance party? Oh shit, it is go time, baby. 1 minute. There we go. 7 left. Let's go. LFG. 6 left. Oh shit. Dude, 6-5 left. Shin Godzilla. Let's go. We got Elf. We got DL. We got Shin. Here we go. 5 remain. 40 seconds. 4-3, dude. We got Eli. We got Crawling Wind. Bring it home. That means we got 3 remain, dude. 40 seconds. 3 and 42. AJ coming in hot. Let's go. Oh. 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 Oh, ready for that big, beautiful obituary? It's big, huge. No one has seen anything like it. All right, one more. Thank you, David Whiteacre. We're down. Oh, 2 more. 1 more, dude. Jet Soul. There we go. And the final one incoming. 10 seconds. 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, there it is at the wire, David Whiteacre. Let's go. We did it. Yeah. All right, let's go. Yes. Yes. Go. All right, so watch Janine. You ready? Dude, and she posted this, guys. She actually posted this. This is another thing about Janine Pirro that is very suspect, guys, is that she will post videos and you'll watch them and be like, why did you post that? That makes you look terrible. Like, what are you doing? Why you think that makes you look good?
Why are grand jurors so skeptical of the cases that your office has been bringing?
Oh, cut it out. Do you know how many convictions we've got? Cut it out. You're in one lane. We have cleaned up this city.
number of rejections.
Yeah, historic, really? I'll tell you what's historic. What's historic is that I prosecute everything other than 10% of the cases, where the United States attorney before me didn't prosecute 67% of the cases. That's what's historic. I'm willing to take a not guilty. I'm willing to take a no true bill, because I'll take all the crimes and put them in. Thank you.
Dude, I'm willing to take a not guilty. Dude, in other words, she's like, I don't get any fucking indictments. Dude, the guy was like, well, there's been a historic number of rejections. Oh, historic? She's like, I prosecute everything. You want to talk to the manager? I'm going to try to fucking put you in prison for life. Dude, she is sauce. Look at her eyes. Look at her. She's giving him the fucking death stare. Look at that. Oh my God, that eye is like, how'd she even do that, dude? You see that? Like, wow, bro. Look at that fucking, she is like, oh. Dude, she is crazy, dude. Seriously. Hold on. We gotta fucking, oh wait. Look at this shit, bro. Oh my God. Oops. Dude. Whoa. Dude. That is wild, bro. She is grizzled. All right? Grizzled. Yeah, so there you go. But now, guys, you ready? So let's see if we can find the Fox News statement where they actually mention that. I want to see. I would love to see a clip of them saying it. Oh, I don't think we're going to get it. Yeah. Oh, shit, dude. Hormuz. Oh, my God, dude. She's so funny. Yeah, maybe it was. I bet it was in the paper. It probably wasn't on the clip, right? I bet it was in the fucking paper. But, guys, you ready? Not sure if Pirro or Paula has aged more. Dude, Pirro is crazy. Dude, although like fucking like, you know, I like Paula better. But guys, it gets worse, okay? Let me just tell you, I know you think, okay, that's crazy, right? Alina Habba is, you know, as AG, that's crazy. There's no way she would fucking get confirmed, right? Jeanine Pirro yelling at the box of wine, absolutely crazy. But it gets crazier because then Maga chimed in. And Maga said, no, you know, I know who should be Attorney General. You ready? You ready to see what Maga came up with for the Attorney General? This is where it really gets wild, boss. Okay, let me just show you. Hold on. You are not going to believe this. Dude, this is insane, dude. So Alex Jones chimed in, and he decided, you know what? I hear that there's like, you know, that whatever they're talking about Pirro and shit. But like, watch this one, dude. This is where the rubber hits the road. Okay? This is the rubber hitting the road, guys.
It's Saturday evening and it just hit me.
Hold on. I'm sorry, that was way loud. My apologies. Here we go.
It's Saturday evening and it just hit me. Pam Bondi's out. Todd Blanche is trying to get the head AG job. He's really been running things for the last year and a half. And there's major rumblings that Ed Martin's will be put as deputy AG. That's good news. But
oh, goodness.
What about Elon Musk as the new attorney general? What about Elon Musk? who showed with Doge he was ready to take down the deep state and ready to take action. Will he take the job? I don't know. But what about drafting Elon Musk to be the new AG? That's a bold move, ladies and gentlemen. And Musk has shown he's got the will to do what it takes to try to save this country and try to shut down the globalists. So if Trump wants to go a long way towards reprieving himself from the things he's done, it may be too late. But regardless, not getting rid of 𝗙𝗪cy 𝗪𝗓 this week, he was close to firing her. He didn't. That was a good sign. You know, he wants an off-ramp from this war. That's a good sign. But a lot better sign would be nominating Elon Musk to be Attorney General and definitely putting in Ed Martin, at least as Deputy Attorney General, maybe even Attorney General. We need to see this happen. We need to see action. For those saying, oh, Trump's done, you know, leave him alone, I agree. It looks like he's done. But I'm not going to stop giving up on keeping good people in the administration that are there and trying to get good ones in. That is common sense. So I nominate Elon Musk to be the new Attorney General, or at least Ed Martin. What do you think?
Oh my God. So I hear that whistling there, and I was kind of like, is a missile being fired? Dude, is that not the craziest thing you have ever heard? Like, is he trolling? He looks pretty serious. He's putting it out here. Elon Musk is not even a lawyer, dude. He didn't even graduate from fucking college, bro. Right? What the fuck would Elon Musk do, dude? The Attorney General? You think he's going to manage an entire stable of lawyers and advise them on their cases and the evidentiary value of everything they have? Help them with strategy and winning a case when the fucker doesn't even have a college degree, dude? Dude's never gone to law school. He has no clue. Dude, Elon, I bet he's never even watched a lawyer work. He has hired plenty, but wow, dude, that is the most insane thing I have ever heard. But this is Maga, okay? This is Maga. Now, did you see the thing at the end though, where he's like, Trump is finished, right? You see that? Hold on, right here. I know Trump is done.
Deputy Attorney General, maybe even Attorney General. We need to see this happen. We need to see action. For those saying, oh, Trump's done, you know, leave him alone, I agree. It looks like he's done.
I agree. Looks like he's done. Dude, they are so cooked. So this is now this guy though, you ready? Here's what's so crazy about this. Is this guy is not just a toothless inbred person, okay? Right? If you went to a Trump rally and you talked to some random turnip picked out of that crowd with missing a tooth, and he's chewing tobacco, and he's wearing a sleeveless, just the tip with a bullet going into a clown's asshole, whatever t-shirt, I would expect that person to be like, Elon Musk, make him Attorney General. Oh, yeah, sounds good. Oh, wait, you got to be an attorney? Oh, shit. I thought, oh, well, Elon Musk, right? I would expect that, right? I would see that. I'd be like, okay, that's a Trump rally. That makes perfect sense. This guy's a spokesperson, dude. Dude, this is the guy that disseminates information to millions of Trump voters. This guy, he has 4.5 million Twitter followers. This guy is somebody who is a news media personality that provides commentary about the world events for this vast MAGA audience. And he's the one saying, Elon Musk. How fucked are they, guys? Seriously, how fucked is MAGA when this is the person they're relying upon for navigation through their political life, right? I mean, that's what you look at. You look at your news media people, they like help you navigate these crazy world events. Your favorite political people. You go in, you find out about the news, you discuss it, you formulate opinions, you look at all sides. This is the guy, though. And he is serious. Oh, he's deadly serious. He's like, because they don't like, oh, what? You need to be an attorney? He doesn't even know what the attorney general does. I bet he has no idea what the attorney general does. Oh, shit. That is crazy. Right? That is crazy, though, guys. Crazy talk to, like, have the head of Tesla and the owner of Twitter be the attorney general of the United States just because. And the way he brought up Doge, but like, dude, Doge didn't accomplish anything. Doge found like like 10 million in fucking savings. Like, it's like the tinfoil hat is wearing a tinfoil hat, bro. I'm serious, dude. The tinfoil hat has on a little tinfoil hat, bro. and there is nobody steering the ship, dude. Dude, I saw somebody quote earlier something about the Titanic. Like, yeah, dude, these guys are buying tickets to get on the Titanic after it hit the iceberg, bro. That's literally what's going on. Alex Jones's audience, the Titanic is sinking and they're all buying tickets to get onto the boat. Dude. Dude. Oh, shit. That is some crazy shit. And then he said it again, though, dude. He, like, did it again. He went and like, topped it off.
Trump should appoint Elon Musk as the interim new Attorney General of the United States and take Doge to the next level.
Oh.
The Trump administration began to implode 8 months ago when they removed Elon Musk. We need Elon Musk back now.
Oh, so now he modified it, make him interim Attorney General. So there, he's like, oh, all right, well, maybe somebody called him up and said, yo, dude, Elon Musk would never, ever get confirmed by the Senate. Like, all of his companies were under investigation. Nobody's taking the guy who had like 57 investigations into his fucked up business practices. No one's going to ever confirm that guy to be the attorney general. The same guy who threatened to primary the entire Congress, right? He threatened the whole Senate with being primaried. Dude. And he's like, oh, all right, he should appoint him as interim attorney general. Take Doge to the next level. But did you see what he said? He said as soon as Elon left, the Trump admin went downhill. That's wild. That he thinks like I got to say, Alex, just between you and me, if you rolled back the clock like 8 months ago, what really happened was Donald Trump stood and said this. I'll show you, Alex. Okay, it wasn't Elon Musk leaving. It was this. This is what it was. Okay, was 8 months ago, right? It was on the White House lawn. Where is it? It was the Epstein thing, right? It was this.
No, she's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen. And I would say that, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden, we went through years of that with the
Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it, but she's handled it very well, and it's going to be up to her. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release. Yeah.
Dude, that was it, right? Where he said Biden made up the Epstein files. The Epstein files are a Democrat hoax that was made by Biden, that was made by Obama, that was made by Comey. Dude, that was fucking 8 months ago, guys. Let's look at the date on that one. That was the press conference. When was that? That was, where was it? That was July 15th, dude. Right? 8 months ago, almost to the day. Right? There you go. There it is, dude. That was it. When he said the Epstein files were a made-up Democrat hoax. That was the day the Trump admin went off the rails. And yes, Russia was not a hoax. Russia, the Mueller report, they found collusion. They found Russian interference. They found Trump doing obstruction of justice. But this was it, guys. This was the thing. Of all the things, this was the one that set it off the rails. So the Bondi binders was in like February, okay? The Bondi binders was early, okay? I think that was February. Okay, if we go back to the binders, this was, February, 1 year ago today. So February 27th of 2025. So that was right away. If you look at Epstein, what happened was he got inaugurated on the 20th. Then all of February, they talked about Epstein. End of February, they had the binders. Then Pam Bondi went on she went on the whole, she went on the whole offensive, Fox News. I got it on my desk. It's coming. We're going to see it. Then in April, they had 1,000 FBI agents comb through and mark Trump's name. And then in May, they finished the Trump stuff. And then they were like, there's nothing here. And then you had Kash Patel and Bongino went out and said he offed himself. There's really nobody to prosecute. Then Elon in June said, dude, Trump's in the files. Mark this. That's why you're not seeing the files. Then Pam Bondi closed the case and said there's no one to prosecute. The case is officially closed. And then Trump said it was a Democratic hoax. And then that was it. That was the end of Trump's presidency right there, pretty much. Because at that point, even the MAGA, they didn't blame Trump. Okay, they're never going to blame Trump. They're never going to believe anything. But at that point, when he said it's a hoax, and everybody knows it's not a hoax. I mean, we've seen the millions of documents. Like, dude, we've seen Lutnick lying, Musk lying, right? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if it was a hoax, they wouldn't have subpoenaed Bill and Hillary Clinton. Like, give me a fucking break, dude. Like, the guy, there's so much evidence. So, but I literally mark that as the end of Trump's presidency. Because I think at that point, even MAGA were like, holy shit, like, what the fuck is going on, right? They're not going to blame Trump. They're not going to turn on Trump. But at that point, they no longer trusted him. His ability to come out and lie to them and have them just be like, oh, okay, was gone, dude. That was the end. I think that's where he lost all his magical power to just fix everything by showing up, right? Because prior to that, he used to come out and just say, like, I got this, here's the truth, and people would be like, oh, okay. But now they knew, like, oh, shit, he's lying. Like, he's definitely lying. You know what I'm saying? He is definitely lying, right? Yeah, and then he went to war on top of it. Yes, thank you, BH. That's the other thing. He denied Epstein for months. Then he got forced to sign the Epstein Transparency Act. Then they illegally held the files. Then they shot 2 U.S. citizens in Minnesota, right? Then Pam Bondi went and flipped out about the Dow, and then he started a war. Just like, dude, it's just like, bro, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so ugly. Like, just when you think about how crazy it is, it's like so ugly, dude. The fact that it's almost like he's running around naked on the White House lawn. And you're just like, dude, like, bro, there's like a 2-inch mushroom thing dangling out of like 9 folds. Like the folds of your thighs look like the Iranian topographical map, bro. Like, please, dude, like push that, like turtle that fucking mushroom thing back in the fucking folds, bro, please. That's what his presidency is like. Just so bad. And you ready? It is record setting though, guys. You ready for this? You're about to see a stat, guys. Historic. A historic moment in the Trump presidency. Okay? Look at this, guys. Okay? This is truly historic. Where is it? Let me find it. Okay. Hold on. Truly historic, guys. You ready? Look at this. Right here, dude. For the first time in history, the first time in the history of America, the average pound of ground beef is higher than the federal minimum wage. Bro. The first time in history that you can't work an hour at the federal minimum wage and you can't afford a pound of ground beef. Dude, they love burgers. Dude, yeah, remember? The Dems were going to take away your beef? And it's like, yo, no, the Republicans made it so you can't even buy it anymore, dude. You have to just sit there and look at it, dude. You have to just sit there and look at it. And then you check your bank balance and you're like, oh shit. I gotta buy the fucking tofurkey. Isn't that wild? That is insane. Dude. First time in history, bro. Dude, that means a pound of ground beef is more than $7.25, dude. Dude, a pound of ground beef is like, dude, that's like $4 max, dude. That shit, I mean, I know I've been paying like $30, like $28 for a ribeye, but I buy like the really top shelf. You know what I'm saying? But this is ground beef, dude. This is like $1.99 a pound, right? If you buy the best shit, it's like $4 a pound. Dude, the $1.99 a pound ground beef is now like $8, dude. Bro. Oh, shit. That is nuts. Record setting. And they love it though, guys. They love meat. See, this is what's so crazy is this is like really hitting them at home, right? This, you know what I mean? This is like hitting them right in their, I mean, think about this, right? 28 for a ribeye is, I know, dude, it's insanely ridiculous. But it's stupid, right? That same steak should be like $18, even for the top shelf. you know, at most, right? You know, I mean, I like the good meat. I don't eat a lot of it now. I eat way less meat than I used to. I buy like one really good ribeye and I cook it up and I cut it into 3 and I have 3 meals out of that one ribeye because now that I'm getting older, I just eat way less meat, red meat. I eat mostly fish. But, you know, I always buy the good stuff, though. When I have money, when I didn't have money, I buy the cheap stuff. You know, when I had no income for a year and a half and I was living on credit cards, I would buy mostly the cheap shit. But now that I have a little bit of money, I buy the good steaks again. But this is crazy to think about, though, guys, because think about this. He has hit them in everything, right? He hit them with like no mass deportations, which was the one thing they wanted, okay, was the mass deportations, and those did not happen, right? The ground beef is the most expensive it's ever been in history. Gas prices have doubled in like a month, okay? Right? The mass camps or whatever, those never even took off, okay? Nobody has gotten arrested, okay? James Comey got out. Tish James got out, right? Nobody's gotten arrested. Nobody's gotten prosecuted anywhere, okay? There's been no huge like Antifa raids or whatever. None of that shit has happened. Okay, the Epstein files, he called them a hoax. He started a war after for years, they were like, Biden's going to war. Kamala will go to war with Iran. Now we're at war with Iran. Dude, they extended the military joining age to 42 after all of Pete Hegseth's talk about we're going to have the hardest, most powerful, like wicked fighting force. They opened up the military age to 42, dude. Like, oh yeah, the military must be doing great if you got to bring in the 40-year-olds, right? Yeah, that's a good sign. Real healthy if you need to bring in the 40-year-olds, dude. I don't know if that's to make room for the Proud Boys that can't like run with their ice gear anymore or what, dude. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, the birthright citizenship, I know. I know we have other fights coming. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking about MAGA and MAGA's like their backbreaking scenario. Because the Trump regime is not up with their fuckery, okay? Because there's a lot more fuckery that's gonna happen. And believe me, they're gonna try to rat fuck the election. But my point, though, is that I think MAGA is mostly checked out, okay? So that's what's going to escalate the rat fucking of the election and shit because, you know, they tried to gerrymander Texas. Utah rejected them. Indiana rejected them. We won in Virginia, so now Virginia and California are redistricting, right? So they're getting fucked with their little redistricting ploy. So now what's sort of happening is I don't think MAGA wants to even show up at the polls in November. And Trump knows this. So now they are like, shit, boss, how are we going to prevent losing the House? Because if they lose the House, they can't really go through with their, you know, if they lose the House, they can't do their Project 2025 agenda. It'll be done. It'll be done. If they lose the House and the Senate, they're going to be in real trouble. But if we take the House, Project 2025 and all their shit just grinds to a halt. They're done. That's the end of the Trump agenda. Then at that point, you know, the investigations begin into Noam, into Bondi, into Kash Patel, into 𝗙𝗪cy, into, you know, whatever Trump is doing behind the scenes, right? The Epstein, you know, yada, yada, yada. Right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Thune is actually saving them a little bit. putting pressure. Yeah, I mean, they had to. They had to eat it with the DHS bill, guy. They had to. Like, the thing that's really interesting about this, right? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've noticed one primary difference between his first term and his second term. And I feel like this second term, their propaganda machine it's just not working. And I'm not sure why it's not working, but I think maybe it goes back to the Epstein hoax thing where they used to have this credibility that what they said ruled the propaganda. They would put a whole bunch out there and it would become the story. But now their propaganda is not becoming the story. Okay? It's not. And you saw it fail with like Jay Jones. Okay? Jay Jones was the first big one where their propaganda was, he's gonna kill your kids. If you elect this guy, he's gonna kill your kids. And Jay Jones won by like 8 points, bro. Like, they were literally saying, he's going to kill your kids. Here's the text messages. And he won anyway, bro. So, and that was after the Epstein hoax. I think the Epstein is a hoax just broke the Trump spell. So after that, people just don't believe them anymore. Okay? They're not against them. They're not going to vote them out, but they don't believe everything they say. And so that has reduced that power of, you know what I'm saying? And I think the fact that Trump can't run again means that even the people that are loyal Trumpers know, well, fuck, dude, what are we going to do? There's nobody to replace Trump. And so knowing that the show is ending, I feel like they're just walking out early because they're like, oh, shit, like, why should we stay here and cheer until the very last minute? Because we know he's leaving. There's not going to be an encore, right? You know what I mean? It's like they know, oh, there's not going to be an encore. We've already seen these last couple songs. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to bounce out. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like we have an idiot here. There you go, buddy. Smell ya. Yeah. There you go, boss. Let's go. Dude, yeah, you know what I mean? So that's the thing that I think is kind of like, dude, they're done. They're done, boss. Like Maga is sort of cooked. I really got a kick out of this. Yeah, the show is like dying down, boss. It really is. Dude, the show is definitely dying down. Dude, look at this headline, bro. Look at these AI headlines. Dude, Trump's ultimatum to Iran nears end as Strait stays shut. So Trump was hidden all day. They put on a lid. Cancel any appearances. Trump is hidden away. His ultimatum is ending. Hegseth firing generals. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. Let's check the fucking oil price. Still at 109. All right, still at 109. Dude, look at this. Look at this headline. Dave Portnoy defends 2 spaces after period in fiery X clash. Dude, that's MAGA right now. That Dave Portnoy is having a fiery clash on Twitter over 2 spaces after a period. Dude, and Jaden Ivey is preaching on a street corner after the Bills fucking booted his ass out. I know, dude. Jaden Ivey preaching on a street corner? Like, what the hell, dude? Oh my God. That's where we're at, guys. Wow. This is like this is hard hitting, dude. Dude, do we open this? Right? Oh my God. Dude, they're literally fucking having a fight about 2 spaces. Dude, it's grammatically correct to use 2 spaces. Dude, Dave Portnoy is fighting about what's grammatically correct on Twitter. I mean, I feel like this is like watching the Roman Empire fall, guys. This is it, dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, I don't use 2 anymore. Like 2 is the standard, but nobody uses 2 anymore. They don't. And digitally, a lot of times it just autocorrects to like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody uses 2 anymore. But you did it. Like, that's what you did on fucking term papers and essays and shit. Of course. It was always 2, right? You know, tab was 5 spaces and 2 after the period. Like, of course. And, you know, there's a comma before the and. Like, come on, man. We're not idiots. Okay. But like, nobody really does it. I mean, he's doing it here. But let's see if he's always done that. Like, maybe he has, right? Let's go back to some Portnoy. Right? Right? Oh, I guess he does, dude. He is always a 2 spacer, but this is all today, dude. Let's go back a couple weeks, shall we? Let's go down and see if he's always done that. He might be accentuating it. No, he is a 2 spacer, dude. Look at him. Oh, shit, bro. Dude. Oh, nope. I caught him. There's a 1. Dude, look at that. Oh, there's a 1, dude. There's a 1. You see it? That's definitely a 1. Okay, so he's mostly a 2. Okay, we're gonna give him that he's mostly a 2. Oh, there's a 1. There we go, dude. There's a 1. All right. But I'll give him, he's mostly 2. He is mostly 2, dude. You know. But there's another 1. There's several. That's a 2, but he's got a couple 1s there. All right. But he is mostly 2. I'm going to admit, though, you ready? I'm going to admit that now when I look on social media, the 2 looks weird, guys. It does. The 2 looks weird on social media. It looks normal, right? Because the whole thing, guys, that's really interesting is it looks normal in a paragraph, okay? Because in a paragraph, you use the 2 spaces to separate the sentences because you're looking at a huge block of text. And so that's when the 2 is like, yeah, you can see the sentences. But on social media, on a tweet, it looks weird, dude. I think it looks weird with the 2. But here, dude, he's mixing it up, dude. He's all over this shit. So he is an inconsistent 2. All right, we're going to give him that. He's an inconsistent 2, but he does do a lot of 2s. All right. But if you look at mine, dude, I never use 2s, boss. I haven't used 2 in like, I'm a 1 spacer, bro. Dude, is he an MLA person? What's MLA? I think the 1 spaces though looks more normal on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? On social media. Dude, did you see this, guys? I don't know if you saw this, but Eric Trump, they announced the Trump Presidential Library in Miami Beach. Did you see this? This is the new official Trump Presidential Library right here. This is an artist rendition of it in Miami Beach in the marina. Dude, there you go, boss. It's an important part. Dude, there it is. Let's go from Florida. The Trump Presidential Library coming at you. What in fresh hell is this? This is just me fucking around with AI. Dude, dude, somebody said other rendering of the new Trump Library. There's somebody put an outhouse. Oh, shit. Dude, that's funny. An outhouse, guys. Oh, man. No, I just made this because I was fucking around, dude. Dude, they have free babysitting for, teen girls. Should be orange. Dude, it can't be orange. That's the fucking temple, boss. Dude, another shed. Oh, shit. Yeah. You do one space? Yeah, no, I'm a one spacer. I have not done two spaces in ages. Okay? But can we just look at some other funny shit today, too? Because look at this, guys. Look at this. House Republicans posted this. Standard has been one space since the 90s, early 2000s. Oh, let's go. Two spaces was because of typewriters. Nice. Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, no, I feel like I've been one space for a while. But guys, look at this tweet. Okay, this was a couple days ago, right? This was a couple days ago from the House Republicans. And look at what this tweet says, guys. You ready? It says, this is about the big, beautiful bill. And it says, it's great for some of us single parents that can't make so much money, is their quote. And the House Republicans say a single mom working doubles to keep the lights on and her children fed shouldn't have to hand her over her tip money to the bureaucrats in Washington. No tax on tips is putting real money back in the hands of the hardest working parents in America. But guys, what's wrong with this tweet? Right? A single mom working doubles to keep the lights on and her children fed shouldn't have to hand over her tip money. But like, guys, maybe a single mom shouldn't have to work doubles to fucking feed her fucking kids, bro. Dude, they're like, oh, we're giving more tip money, more tax money to the single mom who has to work doubles to feed her kids. Dude, I'm like, yo, homies, a single mom working doubles. Dude, like, bro, yo, homie, your fucking economy is broken when a single mom has to work doubles. Yeah, dude, who's even raising her kids, bro? Dude, her kids are just like at home, like on their own, boss. The single mom working doubles, like if she's working doubles, bro, and she has daycare, dude, she has no money, dude. I don't care how much tax money you give her back. This woman and her kids are fucking starving, dude. Like, this is the Trump economy, boss. This is where we're at. We are like bottom feeder. And what's crazy though, guys, what is crazy about this is that the House Republicans actually posted this and they don't even see like they're tweeting that, they're social media people, and they're not like, God, dude, like, should we be doing something about a single mom? Like, shouldn't she just be able to have like one job and hang out with their kids? Right? Like, you know what I mean? The fact that they just don't even, it doesn't even faze them, right? You know what it reminds me of, guys? It reminds me of when they post shit like, you know, a 9-year-old like did a GoFundMe and raised $150,000 for her mother's fucking operation. And they're like, wow, what a great story. And it's like, yo, House Republicans, why does a 9-year-old have to be doing a GoFundMe for her mom's fucking operation, dude? Dude, how dystopian is that? And you're cheering that like, wow, go 9-year-old. Like, yo, you guys control both houses of Congress and the single mom has to work doubles, never gets to see her kids, right? You guys just gave a massive tax cut. Elon and Bezos are going to be trillionaires this year. And you're celebrating that a single mom gets a couple $100 back, right? After she works doubles. Like, boss, that's brutal, dude. That is heartbreaking. And no, Trump is alive, right? You can go back and watch. We already talked about that. Dude, that is crazy. Dude, somebody said most most countries would have turned the White House to rubble after the big, beautiful heist. Look up MLA format. Google is mostly accurate. All right. Oh, it's a format. Got you. It's like a format for like essays, a writing format. Dude. Yeah, I mean, let's see though here, just for shits and giggles, how much has the USA spent on wars since 2000? Right? So it says, so 8 trillion in Iraq and Afghanistan through fiscal year 2022, right? Other estimates, including broader military spending, are $21 trillion. Okay? So 5.8 trillion in direct appropriations, 2.2 in veterans care, all right, 2.3 on contingency operations, 1 trillion in interest payments, 1.1 trillion on homeland security, right? But like with the broader war spending, broader military spending, that includes like the military spending each year, 21 trillion. So guys, like that's insane, okay? And 21 trillion, okay? And here's Brown University says, so 8 trillion total just on the wars, right? And then in accounting all the military spending in those years, right? So $21 trillion we've spent on wars and our military, okay? In 20 years, dude. That's fucking crazy. That is insane. And you may have seen Trump has asked for 1.5 trillion in military next year. Okay, they raised it to $1 trillion just for this year's budget. Trump wants 1.5 trillion for 1 year, guys. Look at this. Here's what he wants to cut, dude. Okay, he wants 1.5 trillion in a military budget, and he wants to cut the grants for farmers and agricultural research. He wants to cut loans for rural small businesses. He wants to cut support for farmers and food markets. He wants to cut school meals and food education for children overseas, for all the people stationed overseas, ambassadors, overseas workers. He wants to cut community building grants, cut for some more supporting minority-owned businesses. He wants to cut economic development grants for communities. He wants to cut weather forecasting, fisheries, and coastal protection, cut scientific research and tech standards, cut support for American exports and trade. He wants to cut broadband and internet access programs. He wants to cut funding for public schools, $8.5 billion. He wants to cut vocational training and adult education, get rid of college access and higher education support, get rid of roads, bridges, and infrastructure projects. This one is big. The home energy efficiency and clean energy programs, zoinked. He wants to cut scientific research funding, environmental cleanup programs, cutting-edge clean energy research. This one is huge, guys. He wants to fully eliminate home heating and cooling help for low-income families, which means like low-income families in Arizona that get help for like air conditioning, where they're building all these data centers, or low-income families in Kentucky and West Virginia. That's elderly people, yeah, that are getting help for their heating bills and shit. Either, you know, Arizona in the cooling in the summer, the heating bills in West Virginia and shit during the winter. He wants to fully eliminate that. No help for those guys. $786 million he wants to cut refugee resettlement. Okay, he wants to cut care and shelter for migrant children, local anti-poverty programs, cut public health programs, mental health services, and disease prevention, cut medical research at the NIH, cut healthcare quality and safety research, cut emotional preparedness and disaster response. Oh, yeah, in the wake of like all those kids dying in fucking Texas, that seems good. FEMA community disaster preparedness grants, cybersecurity protection for critical infrastructure, airport and transportation security, right? They want to privatize TSA, protection against chemical and biological weapons threats, funding for homeland security operations, community development block grants for local neighborhoods. Dude, look at this list, guys. Affordable housing construction grants, programs to reduce homelessness, housing assistance for people with AIDS and HIV, housing services for Native American communities, grants to help communities build housing, enforcement of fair housing and anti-discrimination laws, cut the homebuyer and renter counseling services, cut renewable energy development programs, cut grants for local law enforcement and public safety, cut civil rights mediation and legal access programs, job training for at-risk youth, job programs for low-income seniors, right? Worker safety and labor protection, enforcement of equal pay and workplace anti-discrimination, cut programs to combat child labor and forced labor abroad, all international humanitarian aid, right? Food aid for hungry families abroad, global health and disease prevention, funding for the UN and international partnerships, international economic and treasury programs, democracy and anti-corruption programs abroad, cut grants for public transit projects, electrical vehicle charging infrastructure, airline service for rural and small communities, grants for sustainable and equitable infrastructure, cut loans and investment for undeserved communities, IRS taxpayer services and enforcement, which means no more auditing the fucking wealthy, right? I mean, if they ever would, cut air pollution monitoring and reduction programs, EPA grants to states for environmental protection, clean drinking water and wastewater infrastructure funds, grants to reduce diesel pollution, NASA space and earth science research, NASA technology innovative programs, International Space Station operations, STEM education programs, small business development and entrepreneurship programs, the SBA operations, and loans for small businesses. He wants to cut all of that. And for what? So we can have $1.5 trillion in a military budget, guys. Wow. And guys, this is why we need to win the House. I'm telling you, like, we just need to win the House, guys. This is next year, okay? This is, well, because the big, beautiful bill just went into effect, okay? But we have to win the House, okay? We have to, okay? This is like fiscal year. They're going to start fighting about this. And, you know, when does the fiscal year end? It ends in September, right? So this will get put off until the next Congress. But isn't this crazy? Like, guys, this is crazy. I mean, this is insane. Like, basically, what this is that Trump wants to cut every single thing that helps every single facet of humanity, whether it's seniors, AIDS victims, you know, international hunger, hunger at home, school lunches, money to schools, money to prevent you from being discriminated against, scientific and space research, health research, disaster preparedness, you know, home building, developing communities, like helping old people, everything. They're going to cut everything that helps people in any way possible and eliminate all of it in order to have double. Like, guys, if they have a $1.5 trillion budget, that would be double the military budget during Joe Biden's presidency, which was already huge at like nearly $800 billion. That would be doubling. That would be like, if you look at the U.S. military budget, guys, look at this. Let's look at the military budget, okay, compared to other countries. Okay, look at this, guys. You ready? Let's find a good image here. Okay, here's a good image. Look at this image, okay? Now, this is Joe Biden's military budget, Trump's military budget in 2019. And this is 2019, but this stayed pretty consistent in the Biden presidency. I think it went up to $800 billion. Okay, but look at this. This is like $700 billion. There's the U.S. Here's China, Saudi Arabia, Russia, India, all of these other countries. Okay, and China's the biggest at like 190, and we're up here at nearly 700 billion. This is 2019. Trump wants to double this. Okay, double it, which means like cut these all in half. All right? Dude, is that not insane? Right? Isn't that insane? This was us in 2019. Okay? This is fucking crazy, guys. All right? That is insane military spending. This was 2024. Okay? Let's look at the one from 2024, guys. So this is 2024, all right? Where we have almost $1 trillion. We're still triple China's. All right? But now he wants to 1.5 that, which would be 5x what China is spending. Now, the thing that's crazy about this, though, guys, is like, what are they gonna? Why would he want that? Oh, because they want more wars. Obviously, they want to take Cuba. They want to take Greenland. I mean, I don't think they've forgotten about attacking Greenland. They want to dismantle NATO. They want to what the fuck are we going to do? Are they going to war here? Like, that's insane, guys. Insane. I've never seen anything like this. 1.5 trillion. And let's check on our national debt real quick. All right. Where are we at? We're at 39 trillion, guys. 39 trillion is our national debt. Wow. That's nuts, bro. Yeah. Dude, yeah, we're going to, I mean, we have to take the House back. We have to take the presidency back, but I still think, guys, this is like a 20-year fix. I mean, here's what's so crazy, okay? You ready? What's sort of crazy about this is like, if we don't raise taxes on the wealthy, like there's no way that we can get rid of this. You know what I mean? Like, our federal spending is only $7 trillion, which means we could cut our federal spending to zero and it would still take us like 10 years to pay this off, right? If we spent no money, okay? Like, yeah, like we need to raise taxes. Our federal tax revenue is only $5 trillion and our spending is $7 trillion. So like we need to start like bringing in like $10 trillion every year. Okay, if we bring in $10 trillion for, 20 years, 15 years, we'll be like out of debt. Like, dude, that's crazy. And I mean, our GDP is insane, dude. Like we have plenty of resources here. Okay. We're like, well, yeah, that's just it though. What Little Brown Bird says is this, guys, is the defense budget, guys. When you look at this defense budget is essentially, it is a slush fund. Okay. Right. That, and Trump knows this. Like Pete Hegseth, guys, think about this. There's a classified line, okay, in the U.S. government, in the Pentagon. And this is the main reason that Pete Hegseth, the loyalist, is in there, because he doesn't know how to manage a budget. He doesn't know how to manage anything, but he's a crook, okay? Hegseth is a crook. He is a rapist, right? A grapist with NDAs. And so there is a curtain at the top secret line where once money goes inside the top secret curtain, it's just gone. Poof. Okay? Nobody knows where that money goes. Only the people with security clearance. And there's like elevated security clearance. And when you get up to that high level of security clearance, money goes in there. And you just never know where that money goes. So I think there's going to be, if there's there's going to be like $100 billion that's, or $50 billion that's going to go through a curtain that is going to end up in Trump and his close cronies fucking whatever, right? I don't know if it's going to be some LLC they set up that's contracting or whatever, but I think a significant amount of this money is just going to end up in their hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? You know what I mean? That's it. That's fucking like something's gonna disappear there. The whole board of peace. Yeah, dude, the board of peace. Yeah. No, I know the Pentagon is, and it's been a huge problem, guys. That is the problem is like, no, there needs to be some, there needs to be some type of constraint there on that. Right? The real fraud. Oh, yeah. No, there's a lot of fraud in there, boss. That's huge. That is like the huge fraud, bro. The huge fraud. But, bro, that is insane, dude. Oh, shit, dude. Dude, gas, $4.10, bro. $4.10. Dude, $110 to fill up their car, dude. Dude, look at Cat Turd saying gas is $3.49 where he lives. Dude, oh shit. It's hilarious. Dude, look at this. Dude, this is crazy, bro. Dude, I love this. I gotta save this image, dude. Oh my God, the gas in the trunk. That shit is amazing, dude. Dude, that shit is, I love those, dude. Dude, look at that, $7.69. Oh my God. That is nuts, bro. Dude, no, that is not Asmongold's urine collection, dude. So look at this, though, dude. Look at this shit. This is the price increases since the start of the war, guys. Fertilizer's up 31%. Like, guys, I mean, I just can't even tell you. Like fertilizer being up 30%. Do you know how much our food could be by the end of summer, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you know, that is crazy. I mean, we're lucky that we're coming out of winter. Heating oil is up 68%. But like, guys, people normally fill up their, like, if they have oil heat, you live someplace in the winter, old house, you have oil heat. Normally, that shit's cheap right now. You're going to fill up your tank now for winter. But like, dude, you can't be filling up an oil tank when it went up 70% for heating oil. That's insane, dude. And if this shit goes on, it's going to get crazier. It's going to be up 150% by next winter. People are going to die, dude. People are going to die. This is like, dude, fertilizer's up 31%. It's going to cost you, a tomato's going to be fucking $6, bro. I mean, I was joking about a tomato being $15 because of the tariffs. But now he's got the tariffs and, right, he tariffed and he's eliminated jobs and he's killing the fucking economy. He's killing everything. Now we're at war. Price of oil is going to double. Like, bro. And even if they do whatever they think they want to do in Iran, we're not going to benefit. We're not. His oil baron buddies will benefit. But like, bro, like, I can't believe Congress is not stepping up and doing something about this. Like, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's the fertilizer shit that is like crazy, because there's going to be like harvest soon, guys. You know, this is spring. This is crops time. And like, you know, what we're going to have is we're going to have farmers not even be able to like harvest their shit, bro. Right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. They're supposed to be planting, dude. Hello? Right? So like, what are they going to harvest if they can't plant anything, bro? Right? You know what I mean? Like, if you can't plant anything for the next 6 months, dude, like, you know, like we have an apple tree in our yard. It's amazing. Dude, we have an amazing apple tree and this year's going to be the harvest. Apples go every 2 years where they have a major one. But that shit, those apples start falling in like August, okay? September, right? You have the harvest that comes at the end of fucking, right? They'll go like all summer. But like, bro, like, this is so fucked, dude. Dude. Crazy. Dude, the war, guys, it's been 1 month, dude. Right? 1 month. That means the price of fertilizer has gone up 30% in 1 month. It's been like 30, I think today is like day 36, dude. 36, bro. 36 days, dude. Dude. Dude, when gas prices go over $4 a gallon. Dude. They're forecasted to hit $6 this year. Oh man, dude. Dude, look at this, dude. This is crazy. This is true, dude. If this holds, it won't be a blue wave in November. It'll be an extinction level event that wipes out the GOP. Like, honestly, guys, I mean, I don't want us to suffer. I don't. But if we're going to suffer, I feel like I want Trump to just have as much rope as possible so we can take the Senate too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to go through it, wouldn't you rather? I'm like, give him the rope, dude. Okay, Trump, you want some more rope? Here's the rope, dude. Just run. Just go ahead and just crash it all. And then we'll take both houses and we'll fucking impeach your ass and we will shut down everything. We will start passing laws to fucking break apart your executive orders. And we will just start, we'll eliminate the filibuster and just start hammering you right fucking now, bro. Right? Right fucking now. I mean, may as well, right? It's like if we're going to go down, right, we may as well, dude. I haven't looked at the poly market odds for the House. It was like 84 the last time, right? And this one, where is it at now? It's 88. Oh my God, dude. 88% Dems, dude. Yikes. So it's gone up 4% in like a week, dude. Oh man. All right, let's see what the odds are for the House. And dude, Dems are 52%. That's crazy. There will be famine here? Yeah, no, I know. You love the thumbnail? Let's go. Yeah, no, it's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, dude, we're fucking... Dude, it's tough, boss. Yikes. Yeah, look at this, dude. In October... It was like 75%, bro. Dude. Wow. That is so crazy. In October, it was 60%. It was like 60-40, 58-42. Dude. 88-12, bro. The fuel price. What is the fuel price in Australia, boss? So that's $2 a liter, right? How many liters are in a gallon? $3.7, $2.46. So it's like, dude. So 4 basically. So it's like $9 a gallon is what you're basically paying. Or you're paying like $10 a gallon, essentially, right? $11 USD a gallon, dude. That is insane in Australia. $11 a gallon, dude. That's fucking crazy. Bro. All right. So we're going to end, okay? Dude, we gotta end with something crazy, guys. Okay? Now, I want to show you this, okay? Because, hold on. I feel like this is an important thing to look at here, okay? $11 a gallon in Holland. That's nuts, bro. Need to calculate our dollar exchange. Yeah, I was thinking 11 Australia dollars. So what is that in fucking, American dollars, right? You tell me, right? You tell me how much it is. All right, I'm too much math. My brain is melting. Okay, but I have to show you Gunther Eagleman's post here. All right. Times 0.7. So 11 Australian dollars is like $8 American. Fuck Gunther. Yeah, dude, Gunther is a banana eating weirdo, right? Right? But you ready? So check this out though, guys. This is crazy because I want you to process what we're about to watch. This is in Texas, okay? They had a big fireworks show for Easter, and look at their big fireworks. Or no, it's not fireworks. It's a drone show, okay? It's drones. Hold on. Yeah, it is a drone light show. So this is a bunch of drones, all right? This is a bunch of drones in Texas making this imagery, okay? You ready? Watch this. Drones. Hundreds of drones. And so a whole bunch of drones get together and they make Jesus hanging on a cross, dude. Look at that. And he's like leaning forward. I mean, that does not look pleasant, okay? But there's like a drone show doing a giant Jesus on the cross, okay? And there, right, you see him up here. He's got the fucking shit on his head. And there's, you know, the other guy dying on the cross next to him, I guess. But like, so that's their big exciting thing, dude. And they were like sharing this. They're like, oh my God, Jesus on the cross, Jesus on the cross. Now, yeah, I think the person behind him is the other guy on the cross. I think because when they killed Jesus, they killed two other guys. So there were multiple people that were crucified on that day. It was like Jesus and two whatever. It was like Jesus and two like petty criminals or some shit, right? But anyway, I have a lot of feelings about this. And here's why. Okay, let's think about this for a minute, because let's look at what Gunther posted. And look at what Gunther said. He said, incredible. Okay, you ready? He said, this is a stunning drone light show depicting Jesus on the cross, the crucifixion, in case anybody wondered what it was. It was created as a part of the Jesus, Jesus, Jesus Holy Week event by the church on Masters Road in Manville, Texas. Okay, thousands of synchronized drones lit up the night sky during Good Friday to tell the gospel story in a powerful, modern way, right? Absolutely breathtaking. Now, let's pause here for a sec, okay? Because, number one, I know they have this whole idea that, like, to them, Jesus dying on the cross, Jesus sacrificed himself for, you know, to rescue them from their sinning, okay? They're sinners, and Jesus sacrificed. Sacrifice is what Jesus is about. I sacrifice, and you can be forgiven of your sins. Now, what's interesting about this, guys, is these Christians who believe this, they are not willing to sacrifice at all, okay? None. Like, they won't sacrifice $100 of their taxes to help hungry children. They don't want to sacrifice any of their taxes to help old people get health care. They won't sacrifice any tax money for anything, right? They want to, like, no tax money out of their checks. I'm not giving anything. Like, no sacrifice for us, right? They wouldn't even sacrifice putting a mask over their face during a pandemic to just block the spread of a deadly virus that killed 7 million people worldwide, right? They won't sacrifice at all. And yet, they're like, oh my God, Jesus, the cross, the crucifixion, the benediction, the sacrifice. We love Jesus. Oh, it's absolutely breathtaking. Dude, isn't that wild? Like they have no idea what Jesus is about, right? No idea whatsoever. Now, on top of this, okay, why would you, like, think about this, guys. Why would you want to look at Jesus bleeding out on a cross You know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't the more powerful thing to look at would be him rising up from the dead or something? Like, why are they obsessed with watching his public execution? Like, if Jesus comes back, he does not want to see himself nailed to a fucking hunk of wood, bro. You know what I mean? That's garish. Like, and they like carry the cross around. Like, for them, their symbol is the execution. They love a public execution. Like, they just love it. But that's their symbol. Like, I don't think, why would that be your symbol? Right? I mean, God said no graven images. I don't think God even wanted crosses around, right? If there were a God, right? He certainly doesn't want Jesus around on a cross. Is it a T for Trump? Maybe. Dude, they do. They love the suffering. They love that suffering. They're like, yeah, man, that guy's suffering. They want us to suffer. They want to nail us to the cross so they can watch us suffer and be like, yeah, doesn't those Democrats bleeding out kind of remind you of Jesus? Yeah, it does. Sure, dude. Does that T stand for Trump? Oh, shit. Dude, that's wild. I don't know, guys. I always thought this was just really garish. Like, I don't think watching Jesus bleed out on a cross is really, you know, even if I believed in that, I don't think watching Jesus bleed out on the cross would make me feel very good. You know, because if anything, that's the sign of the brutality of humanity. Okay, the wealthy people murdered him. Okay, this guy was like preaching, like, be nice to the prostitutes and the poor and the broken and the drunkards, and the wealthy people came and murdered him. They said, fuck you for being nice to the homeless and the prostitutes and the drunkards. We're going to murder you, right? Because we're barbaric, wealthy, fucking, like, assholes. And so we're going to murder you for being nice to the indigent, to the homeless. We're going to fucking murder you, right? Yikes. And they're like, yeah, baby, right? And they're literally voting for a guy who is like, wants to murder people who help the homeless. Like, they're literally following Pontius Pilate and cheering at the drone show of Jesus on the cross. Like, I mean, dude, that shit is nuts. And look at what this guy wrote. Look at what they wrote here, dude. Look at their big celebration. Absolutely breathtaking. And look at what they wrote. I hope it triggered every Muslim in Texas. So they're not even like celebrating Jesus. They're like, yeah, I hope the fucking sight of Jesus bleeding out triggered the Muslims. Like, whoa, man. Isn't that crazy? Dude, no way. That is, dude, look at this. Dude, that's Pontius Pilate washing his hands of the killing, dude. There's no way they did a drone of the wealthy guy being like, I wash my hands of this. You people have chosen. Dude. And then the Roman soldier, what are they doing? Dude, I hope it triggered every Muslim. Right? And they're all like, whoa, brought chills and tears to the eyes. He is risen. Dude, go to church. Look at, dude, is that Matt Walsh? Dude, I think they made Matt Walsh, dude. Go to church. Look at this, dude. What the fuck? They look like Soviets, dude. Like, why do these people look like they live in the Soviet Union in like 1962, bro? The little kid with his fucking Stalin hat on. Dude, yeah, this girl is like, dude, she is like, I don't want to tell you what I go through on a day-to-day basis. Oh my God, bro. Was the AI prompt like, please give me a Leninist Soviet family and make the women look like they've been SA'd for a decade? Like, wow. Bro, that is like hard to look at, dude. Holy shit. Dude, the molecule that holds every human being shaped like a cross. Dude, these people are so weird. Dude, oh my God, bro. They're so fucking strange, dude. Look, there's a family hanging out at a cross. Yeah, let's go hang out at the tent where fucking, where Charlie Kirk got murdered. Go take a selfie, like in the blood stain, dude. They're so fucking strange, bro. Oh my God, dude. That is so weird. Bro, dude, they're so weird, dude. Oh my God, dude, that is fucking... I mean, dude, it is just so weird, right? Oh my God, look at this. It has a content warning for sensitive content. They're freaking out. Bro. Yeah, guys. It's unnerving to me. Okay? It is. It is unnerving to me that they're so jazzed by that stuff. But all right, guys. I gotta go. I gotta go make some videos. I gotta go get my sanity back. What a day. Like, let's finish it, dude, with a little bit of the Habba.
Hey.
Hello, Alina.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm a big fan.
Well, nice
Big
to meet
fan.
you. I'm a fan. You're the one saving Trump. You're doing more important work than me.
America,
not just Trump. And I agree with everything you just said. And I think that your anger is the same that President Trump has for our country. And the time is now for us to stop being wimps. I think that's exactly the right sentiment. And I also have to say that I sympathize with you because I think you go through a lot of the same show me the person, I'll find the crime that President Trump has gone through. And
dude, isn't that wild? Dude, Alina! Dude, yeah, Benny's like hard to take. And then guys, she did get some pushback because people were like, wow, dude, he's on the run from rape charges in multiple countries. And so a week later, she made this video.
Accusations against
You ready? This was a week later, guys. Watch this.
the accusations against the Tate brothers are stomach churning. They are disturbing. And as I will say, and I've said many times since then, that is for the court to handle, and they should handle it.
Basically, people have told me you said you're
for the court to handle, and they should handle it, but no low-cut top, guys. She's wearing like a leather, I don't know what she's doing, a leather pilgrim fucking outfit or some shit. Though the charges are stomach churning, and it's for the court to handle, and they should handle it. I'm applying to be AG. She wants to be the attorney general, guys. Downtown, da 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 da, downtown, la da 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 da. All right, dude, it's all too real, guys. It is just all too real. You ordered a dance party, though. It's time to bring it home. I really love how, how she really sounded like an attorney when she said it's for the court to handle. so they should handle it. Thank you, Alina. You know, I will say though, guys, I mean, I don't want to be creepy here, but you know, I might subscribe to the OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? If there was an OnlyFans, I might take a peek. Dude, shh. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Dude, no one is judging. All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, all right. Let's go. Oh. No, did she really, Ella? Dude, put a link to that. I wanna read about the thing. I didn't hear about that thing with her and SA allegations. Jenny's gonna whoop my ass. No, Jenny, I mean, if you know, Jenny would probably be like, let's like all get together. You know? Jenny's got a wild streak in her, boss. All right? You have no idea. All right? Jenny has a wild streak in her, boss. All right. All right. Yeah, no, I want to read about the SA, though. That's not cool, dude. Dude, it's not. All right, you guys ready? Are you ready for a little deja vu or what? Let's go, baby! It's in Discord. All right, thank you, Ella. All right, here we go. Dude, I'm gonna offer this though. I will pay $100 to anybody who looks at all of Janine Pirro's OnlyFans fucking photos, right? Yeah, no, I know, dude. Project 2025 wants to eliminate everything, dude. Everything that's not a Bible up your ass, right? That's Project 2025, dude. Everything that's not a Bible up your ass is gonna be removed. Fuck Project 2025. No, we're gonna win the house, dude, and they're gonna be done. All right, they're gonna be done, boss. Here we go. It's time, baby. It is time for a little bit of deja vu. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, baby! Dude, I'm so out of breath always. That one felt like extra tiring. Hey,
I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl.
Thank you, guys!
I don't wanna hang around.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me get over Trumpy, fuckhead, so dumpy. Sick of the Maga. Fuck them all. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Be good, guys. Take care of your head. Be good to everybody. Be good to yourselves. And remember what this is about, guys. It's about good night.
I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Hey, I just want to change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure